in a slipstream dance, taking the corners in a high-speed trance. Through the chicane, it's side by side. On Motor Mouth, there's nowhere to
to say, God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your crowds are rising, hearts are climbing, green flag waving, no more hiding, fuel the fire, hit the gas, another week, another chance, 'cause we race like there's no tomorrow, speed and pride, we never borrow, side by side till the sparks fly back, you want the glory, earn your track, from the open laps to the victory lane, we chase the thunder, outrun the rain, strap in time, no turning back, see you on the track, maximum velocity, racing league, do you have what it takes to run against the best? Do you have what it takes to run against the best?
"19 weeks have surpassed by, and we are into the final round. Maximum Velocity Racing League, CNC Home Designs Truck Series here at Auto Club Speedway. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're watching from, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Motormouth Broadcasting. It's the finale round of the chase for the CNC Home Designs Truck Series. Hamish Munro here with you, with Jake Reeves alongside Jim Cunningham for special comments throughout the night as well. As we've run through the rigmarole of this season to the final round, it comes down to arguably 6 drivers. With less than 30 cars in the field, that has knocked out a few drivers from contention here this evening, including Joshua Motacek, who was once within contention. Now it's down to 6. Justin Michael, Keaton Tripp, Nathan Carroll, Dakota Floyd, Scott Patton, Chris Howe. We mentioned last week when we broadcasted the second to last round, we believe the top 4 have got the best chance. Michael, Tripp, Carroll and Floyd. They're the ones we're going to be focused on tonight. It's exciting times to be here at Auto Club. Jake, it's great to be here with you for the final round once again. And it's exciting when we get to come here to what is now a parking lot in California for a circuit that'll offer up a couple of spanners in the works and one hell of a finale for us.
Yeah, I mean, Hamish, you mentioned it. I mean, it's a damn shame that this place is a parking lot now. I mean, this place right here has had some killer races. Some good things have happened here. I mean, just so many things about this place. The only bad part about it is it's out in California. But other than that, I mean, what a track. What a place to make a regular season finale. Or for the season finale, to crown a champion right here in California. There's 3 tracks that you want to have for the regular season finale, championship finale, however you want to look at it. It's Homestead, it's Kansas, and if you don't have neither one of them, this is the other place to do it. It will be a barn burner. I'm happy to be here, buddy.
It's going to be a fantastic one, of course, and throughout this season, we've had many different race winners, of course, and last week, Keaton Tripp locked in the fact that he is the most winningest driver this season. 5 wins out of 20 rounds thus far. Could make it 6 wins tonight, which would mean that he would be sitting at more than a 25 percentile on race win ability. One last time out. That's the Talladega finishing order still, actually. That's not the last one. But what we do know is the pressure's now been put on. Justin Michael still maintains his championship lead by 5 points. Keaton Tripp has moved now to P2 in the title race after his win last week. Nathan Carroll on 13 points back from the championship leader, Dakota Floyd being 14 points back from the championship leader as well. So obviously with Tripp's win, Carroll's P2 and Patton's P3, that really spiced it up for Justin Michael, who had a poor qualifying last week at Darlington, Jake. He had to fight his way forward into the top 6. If he had gotten that podium, it would have been that little bit further away. Do we think he's done enough now to come into tonight, try and keep himself in check and try and win himself a championship? Or could we see maybe that Keaton Tripp could have his number?
I mean, only time will tell, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, these drivers, the little bit that I've been here, they have been the top dogs from what I've seen. Dakota Floyd, also one of those top dogs that we've talked about as well. But it's Keaton Tripp and it's Justin Michael, at least in my opinion. And, I mean, right now they are the fastest 2 trucks right here. We're still watching them in practice right now, Hamish. And wouldn't you believe it, Keaton Tripp up at the top and Justin Michael right there behind him. I mean, literally a tenth of a second, not even a tenth of a second, really, behind him. So Justin and Keaton Tripp, it's going to come down to the wire, but a whole lot of trucks right here on the field, and then you got that stage break and all that other stuff that kind of throws right into the middle of it. One slip right here from Justin Michael could easily hand it to Keaton Tripp, but Justin B's on his game here tonight. I think it might be hard to beat him, but, I mean, like I said, only time will tell, and it just depends on how all those points end up shaking out.
If we look at the previous 4 results coming into tonight's race, Jake, and thinking about who has the best momentum with them. Now, obviously, the recency bias momentum would say Keaton Tripp would have the most recent amount of momentum with him. Winning last week's race, Justin Michael having a difficult run up to P6. But if we look at the last 4 rounds as a whole, I think ultimately Justin Michael, well, obviously he's leading the Chase Championship, but he has been the stronger driver across the last 5 rounds. Keaton Tripp's had a lot more bad luck within those last, these last 4 rounds leading into tonight. And knowing that he's had that little bit more bad luck, I think last week's win played a very strong case for fixing any poor mentality coming into the final round, filled him with more confidence again. And it meant that he comes into this round almost with a fresh slate. It means that those 2 weeks that he had bad runs, they don't really matter anymore. He just has to focus up tonight, get a strong finish. Justin Michael's going to try and do what he does best, and that's run up front, run within the top 3. If Justin Michael can get pole position tonight, he can finish P2 in both the stage and the race results behind Keaton Tripp, and he will still win the championship. So the first box that Justin Michael needs to tick is try and get pole position. He can't afford to give up that one solitary bonus point for pole position, because ultimately there's bonus points available for race win, there's a bonus point available for leading the most laps, there's also bonus points for leading a lap in general. So what he needs to try and do is, Jake, get that pole position, that ticks off 1 bonus point. Lead the first lap of the race, that ticks off another one. So that means you've got 2 points to you. Extend your lead out to 7 points. P2's then good enough for you to win the championship. So if Justin has focused up and is focused to get his qualifying pace to perfection, yes, we'll take some luck because of Keaton. Keaton's got great pace. He's obviously showed that here in qualifying. I suppose we're going to get a good enough answer of where do we sit? How's the bed been made? How's the ground been laid out? And where do we stand in terms of championship standings leading literally into the green flag start of this race? Because, yes, we can look at the points and how they sit right now, but they can change before we even get to the green flag. So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns about, how that plays out, and who is going to be the benefactor here in this upcoming qualifying session.
Well, Hamish, I mean, as the great Darrell Waltrip at this point would say, boogity, boogity. I mean, damn. I mean, that is tight right there. That is as tight as you're going to be able to get it. You got to be on your A game to make it happen. Regardless, if you are Keaton Tripp or Justin Michael, either one, that is just how tight it is. And I will say this: the playoffs, there is no damn playoffs. There is no knockout. They ain't been doing this. It's just straight. Okay, we get it to the regular season finale, then we got these final races. Bam! This is how you end it right here. Just straight points all the way to the end of it. That's how it needs to be. That's how it is now in NASCAR. Thank God they got rid of that knockout crap. But this is what you want to have right here. You want consistency. You want the best of the best, not some one-off fluke win to get yourself in. This is what you want shy from just having a regular season all the way through. If you got to have any kind of chase, this is what you got to have, and this is what Max V's running. So, I mean, kudos to these guys. Kudos, to Nathan Carroll and all the admin for implementing this and making it what it is, because, like I said, it is down to the wire, like you said as well. It is down to the wire. You have got to be on your A game. Do not screw up. You screw up one little bit, that 1 point, Hamish, I've seen it before. 1 point can be the difference between winning the championship and sitting in the second spot and wondering what could have been, what you could have done better throughout these chases or throughout the chase to try to help yourself, and could have got you in that situation to get the championship.
Well, here we see Keaton Tripp. This is the most important qualifying lap that he's ever going to do all season. He needs to put it to the top. Purple first sector, purple second sector. Hopefully for him it is. He'll go straight to the top. 41.13. That's the time to beat for Justin Michael. And for Justin, he is, where is he at the moment? He is currently coming around towards the start-finish line, Jake. What's the time?
Looks like we'll see what he's got right here. Did Justin Michael able to knock him off? No, actually, this is his heater lap, so this is the one that is going to count right here. You watch him down on the bottom side, down to the center. Grandpappy has the moonshot from Grady. Not up on the top side. You'll see that later on in the race. Down the back stretch, Justin Michael. This is the heater lap. Will he be able to make it work? Keaton Tripp did not get on the pole. He actually got jumped by Greg Mall. But here comes Justin Michael through 3 and 4, down on the bottom, slides right up, comes off 4, cuts it down to the apron. Will it be enough for Justin Michael to grab the pole? We will see. We're looking hot. Diggity damn, he got it. 41.002, Justin Michael the fastest.
What a time. And the one thing now he has to hope for is that Nathan Carroll doesn't dip him here in qualifying. So Carroll coming around, he does not have he has a personal best in the first sector, but not a session best. It shouldn't be enough to get him to the top end. It gets him to P3, Blentley Glazer to P3. Carroll just pips him. Tripp's dropped now to P5. So there's a couple of drivers separating the top two in the championship now in this qualification process. Next up, though, Dakota Floyd. He'll cross the line here, Jake. His time will get him up to P8, but there's still one more lap for them to complete.
Yeah, here comes Dakota Floyd trying to come around as Nathan Carroll will go back to him in the 63. He's on his second lap. He was a 10th off of what Justin Michael to the T, a 10th off. What will happen with Nathan Carroll? Michael might actually be, or Justin rather, might be hollering at Nathan, hey, I'll give you $5 if you don't beat my time. Will he be able to beat it? No, he's going to be slower this time. 41.234 for Nathan Carroll. So Justin Michael dodges another bullet still up there at the top.
Yeah, unfortunately as well, Dakota Floyd also dropped out of his second lap, so he was unable to improve. Scott Patton now, he's going to complete this lap, and then he'll get one more to try and pip the pole position. He's had great pace in qualifying this season. Green first sector is a 20.54, so he's actually slightly faster than what Justin Michael did. It's fastest in the second sector. Where's it going to place him? P3 on that first attempt. He could be good enough here to challenge the pole position, though, with a 41.08 there, Jake, although he looks to have backed out. I think that was it. That was it. So,
well, I mean, Hamish, these, this kind of racing right here, these qualifying laps, especially here at Auto Club and everything, you see how worn out this place is. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get it on the first lap. You ain't going to really get it on that second lap. So that's why we're seeing a lot of guys basically having to one and done it just because of, the track surface. I mean, you run one a heater lap, you try to run that second one, you really ain't going to get a whole lot out of it. As, we're seeing guys, they've been even coming down the apron. Hell, he actually just disconnected from it. So it is what it is. But there, qualifying's over with. There you go, Hamish.
First box ticked. Pole position for Justin Michael. 1 bonus point taken away from Keaton Tripp. That means now Justin Michael can finish P2 in both the stage and the race. And he will win the championship. So That is if Keaton Tripp were to win the race. That is meaning he just needs to finish one position behind Tripp for this to happen. When he gets another bonus point for leading a lap, because if he should lead off the race start and get that bonus point, but we'll get our starting grid up for this race, the final round of the season. And we will push on for this starting grid. Justin Michael takes the final bonus point for pole position this season as he will start on the front row alongside Greg Maul out of P2 on the front row. Row 2 and behind will then find Scott Patton and Nathan Carroll for the top 4 cars on the grid. Then to row 3, that's where we'll find ourselves with Bentley Glazer and Keaton Tripp to make up our top 6. So 5 positions separating the top 2 in the championship. Row 4 on the top 8, it's Rob Haynes in the only Ram entry out there alongside Jack Watts out of P8. The top 10 then in row 5. In behind them, we will find Dakota Floyd and Krishan Elliott. Row 6 for the top 12. We'll find him behind with Austin Wagner and Griffin Saylor for our top 12 cars. And then row 7 and the top 14 will be Joshua Fracker and Charles Woods. Row 8 though, Jake, that's looking pretty spicy towards the end of the grid.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You find it right there in row number 8, Christopher Howell and Riley Raverne, they'll be back there in row number 8. Couple of Chevys back here. Joshua Matacek, we was talking about him earlier on. And Tommy Cook, 200. Will he be able to get 200? Probably not here in these trucks, but still, they'll be back there in row number 9. Row 10, you got Rylan Neese back there in his number 48 Chevy with Gordon Spain right there beside him. All kinds of Chevys. Hell, more Chevys in the field than any of them. Justin Ritchie in his number 3 Ford with John Schuenbachler will be back there. A couple of Owen Bachler will be back there in row number 11. Row 12, you got James J. Durr and C.J. McLaughlin. A couple of Chevys back there. In row 13, you got to have Michael Melfitt Jr. and Billy Bumgarner. Love that. That is a racing name right there with Bumgarner. With the 28 cars here tonight, Trent Drum and Chris Voles.
So that is perfect for that P28 position, the 28 car back there. Unbelievable. But pressure is building. You can feel that there is an electricity in the air because Justin Michael has gotten himself a bonus point to begin this race. As Jim will come in with us quickly. Jim, quick thoughts here, predictions for the championship. How do you see this one going?
Man, good to be here. Good to be here for the season finale. This has been one heck of a season, and as we get one more pace lap here. I tell you what, it's going to be exciting. We've got all the contenders right up there towards the front. Surprised me a little, if I'm being honest, that Keaton Tripp qualified 6th. He's been super fast all year. I would have thought he would have qualified up there on the front row or two, but that doesn't really matter. We got a long race here tonight. So, yeah, man, I am super pumped for this. Excited to have you two guys here closing out this season. I just want to give a shout out to James, serving the country in the U.S. military overseas right now, unable to finish this season, but he's the one that brought us on, and just want to thank him and thank him for his service to the country. And let's do this, man. Let's wrap this thing up. Let's have some fun.
He brought us to the dance, and now we're going to do the tango. 100 laps of Auto Club. Stage end is at about lap 30. Cars can make 30 laps on fuel, but it is a little bit of a stretch. It's a bit of fuel saving may be needed. A caution early would almost guarantee us to get to the stage end as well. Those all-important stage points could be a difference maker here tonight. You've got to strategize around that. You've got to strategize around getting your points on the board. Those championship contenders, well, I think we can agree, will be trying to vie for the stage points just to find a little bit of separation between themselves and their other competitors out there. The drivers who are not within the chase, well, they can roll the dice. They can play a little bit of craps, throw the dice, hope they don't come up snake eyes. Get themselves onto a positive form to end out their season. Pace truck will come in to the start zone, will ride. Final time this season. Auto Club Speedway underway. Green flag. Let's see how it runs here in California.
see how it straightens out. Is Justin Michael going to be down on that inside lane? Maul up on the top side with the Shitty Coolers entry, number 7 Ford. Michael down on the bottom side. Going to try to slide right on up. He will. He'll get clear. Now Patton right behind them as well. Carroll tries to fall in line as well. Maul may look down to the inside. Maybe, maybe not. Here comes Keaton Tripp coming into picture 3 wide already. Going into 3. Oh, baby, they're getting dicey right here on lap 1.
He's got to make a move as they're 3 wide off of turn 4. Michael leads the way. Tripp now trying to get up into P2. He had a great start here to get up into the top 2 positions. He knew he had to make moves as they're still 3 wide. Down towards turn 1. Carroll on the outside. Maul the Shitty Coolers entry on the inside. 4 wide into turn 1 with Scott Patton. Stuck in 4 wide. Carroll and Tripp side by side. In through turn 2 they go. Michael leads the way to Carroll and to Tripp. Here comes Maul up the outside towards turn 3 as well. As they battle for this, it is going to be highly intense as Nathan Carroll looks to take the lead into 3. Unbelievable. Here comes Tripp trying to sneak by. Maul comes through as well, and the momentum run is going to be an important factor tonight, Jake, as they try to set up lap 3.
Good God almighty, why did they demolish this place? This is absolutely pandemonium. Door-banging. Keaton Tripp comes up, gets into Patton, sends him up the racetrack. They are still 3 wide. Carroll able to shoot away with a lead. Maul up top. Michael down on the inside. Glazer back there with Keaton Tripp, Patton, and Floyd and others. Keaton Tripp actually dropping back a little bit. Now he keeps dropping back. He's already back to the 9th spot as Carroll still leads. Here comes Glazer trying to work it on the top side. Maul's now going to try to get a run. He'll try to go for the race lead around the outside of Nathan Carroll.
Oh, this is highly intense once again. Michael and Glazer side by side. Carroll, Maul now into the race lead. Past Nathan Carroll. Glazer's up here as well. Keaton Tripp's dropped all the way back to P9, by the way. They're 3 wide back there with Patton and with Floyd and Rob Haynes as well, the Canadian in this field. We right on board with Carroll here in P2. In behind him is Glazer and Saylor at this stage. This is going to be a massive momentum run race. You've got to try and get the run to your advantage and keep yourself within the lines of confinement. Here comes Austin Wagner further back as well. He's just starting to sneak up behind his teammate Keaton Tripp here. Watch for those guys to work together to try and wrestle Justin Michael out of position.
Easty Floyd right there running smack dab in the middle. Now he jumps back around. Patton up here with him as well. Other drivers working their through. There's Jack Watts right there running a Hendrick Cars paint scheme. Beautiful stuff. Maul still leads. And Hamish, we're going to see this already. They already got it start spreading out. This place damn near 4 to 5 lanes wide. Multiple grooves on this racetrack, especially right here when they're coming through 3 and 4. You can run it down on the apron, literally way below the cellar. You can run right below that white line. Pretty much run wherever you want to over in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, you really don't see them run the apron that much. But 3 and 4, they'll cut it down on the apron and rock it and roll with it. But, I mean, multiple grooves. We already see guys run the top side. They will gain momentum, especially with the runs getting down off of turn number 2 and going down the back stretch. You already see other drivers. Wagner, he's already slid up there and went to the top side as well. But Rob Haynes already up 5 spots. He goes around Carroll. He's going to try to run down Greg Maul. Look at the run. Was up top, had a run, but he backed out of it. Could have had a shot to go after Maul. Here comes Keaton Tripp. Hell yeah, baby, here he comes.
It tries to shoot the half down the inside. We mentioned momentum's going to be a tough one to try and wrestle here tonight. Tyre wear is going to be difficult as well. The tyres can start to wear away from you fairly quickly if you overwork them too hard. So drivers need to be cautious of that. We mentioned that strategy is going to be key tonight as well. You've got to plan around when your run's going to come. You can't just go for it every single time. Wagner's going to scrape the wall though. That'll drop him back fairly far, and there goes the rear gunner for Keaton Tripp in a matter of moments. It is out of the rear window. Tripp now up to P3, Haynes P2, Maul in P1 with Carroll, Michael, Saylor, Neese, Patton, Floyd and Glazer. That's the top 10 as Tripp goes to P2 on the inside. 2 wide through 3 and 4. Can he hang on to this? Although Haynes is going to try and knock him out of it. The Canadian hangs on to the second place spot for the moment as Carroll now lines it up for the tri-oval.
Boy, I'm telling you, Hamish, they are just flip-flopping all over the place. It's just like a race at Talladega or Daytona. You don't know what's going to happen. Literally, spots flipping around. There's the battle for the championship. Keaton Tripp and Justin Michael right beside one another. Michael on the bottom. Keaton Tripp actually stuck in the middle for a little three-wide action going on right there. Here comes the 19. Sawyer tried to slide up here, make something happen. Outside lane, there's the run. Sawyer tried to slide up here and make it happen. Michael right there on the bottom side, that outside lane got the run. That's why Tripp and company was able to get going. It's now Keaton Tripp. He's got to try to figure something out. Is he able to get around? Michael barely able to slide up there that outside lane. This is one of those instances. I mean, this is for the championship right here, Hamish. You got to just make moves on whether or not it's going to work out or not. Rob Haynes off the pace down on the apron. Not sure what happened to the 199. Hell, he was up there at the front.
He was having some blinking issues. I think he's realized he's got a network issue here and he's going to go fix it. Doesn't want to have a part to play in ruining a championship run for any of these drivers. Watch for Rylan Neese as well. Teammate of Keaton Tripp. He's going to try and work with him. He just scraped the wall in towards turn 3. So he's all over it like a bad smell at the moment, but watch for those 419 cars to work together. Watch for the WMV cars to work together as well to help Nathan Carroll. And for Justin Michael, he's got to need his friends here tonight too. That's what it's going to come down to. Greg Moore, by the way, has led the majority laps of this race thus far. He's doing a great job in that shitty coolers entry. A race we won't do him very much tonight, more so give him bragging rights for the end of the season. The important part is right now, Justin Michael sits in championship winning position, one position behind Keaton Tripp, and that's all he needs to do for the evening to win this title. As Tripp wants an outside rudder, Moore can't quite get it though. We'll see how this pans out though, but Jim, 10 laps done and dusted already. This race has been an absolute scramble. It's given me a feeling though that we may be not too far away from a caution coming out if it continues like this.
Well, as these tires start to wear here, you can start really running all over this racetrack, and it's entirely possible we see a green flag run all the way to the first stage. If we do, it's going to be interesting on fuel. It's because it's going to be down to the wire because they ran 2 pace laps as well, so that's going to cut into their fuel a little bit. So we shall see, but what a race so far, man! And you guys are killing it right now with this broadcast. I'm sitting back enjoying it. Whoa, look at this mess we got down here. Greg Mall all the way down to with Justin Michael right behind him.
I will confirm as well. So for them to get a bonus point for leading a lap, do they need to complete a whole lap, or is it just when the lead change happens? Just to confirm. Okay, so technically Keaton Tripp was not in the race lead when they crossed the line, so he does not get the bonus point for leading a lap. He needed to be in the race lead when he crossed the line, so you'll have to try and complete this move momentarily. It is scrambling though here, Jake, amongst this top 5. I mean, they're nearly staggered 4 wide further back towards the back end of the top 10 as well. It seriously feels like one wrong move and we could be in for absolute fireworks here. And any of these drivers can get caught up in it. And if it happens further up the order, well, that means more cars can get caught up in it as well. And this is probably the best position for those contenders to be, is within this top 5 to top 6, because if something does happen, it's more than likely going to happen in the mid-pack more so than the front end.
Yeah, but Hamish, you mentioned it. I mean, if something does pop off up here at the front, a little bit of door banging goes wrong, bumper banging or bump draft or however you want to look at it, if it does go wrong up here at the front, it just trickles down. It's like that super speedway kind of vibe, like Daytona, Talladega. I mean, just everybody running literally together, and that's how it is here with these trucks. I mean, that's just how it's always been here on iRacing. It is somewhat of a super speedway kind of deal, but when the tires start to actually wear off as much as they do here, then that's kind of when everything kind of starts to get spread out, but not as much. So everybody's going to stay in this little pack like we're seeing here tonight. It's just going to stay the way that it is. Keaton Tripp took a shot, tried to get around Michael, not able to do it. Salyer was right there on the top side, and Tripp had just enough room to slide in there. Salyer might not like it too much. Looked like he sent him going into the corner. Tripp going to take it up top. Now he may actually have Michael in a bad spot. He gets tight. He slides up. Tripp tries to go around the outside. He'll go to P2.
Remember this as well, Keaton Tripp is the driver with arguably more pressure on him than what Justin Michael does. He's the one that has to beat Justin Michael on the road tonight. Justin doesn't necessarily have to beat Keaton. Keaton has to beat Justin. So there is a level of pressure on board that 419 car, and it's whether he wants to become a nice, slow-cooked brisket that's just going to slowly boil away in this pressure cooker, or if he's going to be a forgotten bunch of potatoes that are burning away and just really firing on, not on all cylinders. So for Keaton Tripp, he's got to try and keep himself in check, keep the mentality in check, and just hit his marks, although not wanting to hit the wall off of turn 4. And that's going to be one of the issues tonight as well here, Jake. Turn 4, that's one thing we didn't mention. That is one of those corners, as he does finally lead a lap, that's one of those corners that's going to catch drivers out throughout this race.
Yeah, but that turn 4 is really going to be a iffy situation every time they go through. There's Tripp and Maul still up here at the front. Sawyer right there behind him. Here comes Justin Michael, going to slide up here and just kind of worry Tripp just a little bit, trying to close the gap. Nice up here with him. Here comes Howell, Christopher Howell. Beautiful pace scheme, throwing it all the way to Connor Zelich pace scheme. He must be a Connor Zelich fan. I would not doubt it one bit in the 88. Oh, a little bit of sliding around right there behind him. Wagner took a shot, went down low. Floyd almost got him. I mean, you got to be on your toes up here at the front. Hamish, you have literally got to be on your toes. One little slip, wrong way. And not only that, I mean, you got to be on your toes for everybody else. Somebody may slide down in front of you, and you're not expecting it. They just think, well, hell, I'm going to take a move right here, and you're coming up the inside. You can clean them out and spin them around. Or if you're going up top around them, and then they think, well, I'm just going to slide up, you can easily right rear hook them, throw them up into the fence, and then you got a hell of a mess behind you. Just how tight everybody is now the top two guys on the points. Keaton Tripp, Justin Michael, they are running up at the front 1-2 right here at this point here in stage 1.
They are indeed. And for Nathan Carroll, he's got to try and fight his way forward. I mean, thinking about Nathan Carroll, right, 13-point differential to the championship lead. Make that now a 15-point differential because of the fact that, 14-lap differential. That's right, he did lead a lap as well. I'm reminding myself always, and Jim's reminding me as well on the back end. 14-point differential now for the championship lead. So he needs to beat Justin Michael by 15 points, or by 15 positions, to win this race. So he needs to arguably beat him by, let's say, 5 positions in the stage, and then 10 positions in the race. The longer this race goes on, the tougher that task is going to be. It's a similar scenario for Dakota Floyd. So the longer this race goes on, the percentage of those guys being able to challenge for this championship is getting smaller and smaller throughout this one. Arguably, Jake, I think both those guys need Michael and Tripp to get into some trouble, get into pit lane, and ultimately they probably need to drop down the order a little bit and have to have a Mount Everest level climb to get back up to them by the end of this race.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible, Hamish. I mean, it is possible. I mean, you know, with the guys up here, you know, but we talked about Keaton Tripp, you know, with the most wins here this season, locked that up. You know, Justin Michael obviously there. And I mean, you know, Keaton Tripp got his teammate right there behind him, obviously, and Rylan Neese there as well. Yeah, I mean, Carroll's going to have some help. He's going to have these guys slip, you know, mess up one way or another. They're going to have to try to reach down and actually try to grab the beer and or accidentally spill it, and then they drive up and hit the wall. They're going to need something to happen like that to be able to help themselves out. And it's just got to work out. Hey, who knows? Keaton Tripp, Justin Michael, they're that damn close. We talked about it as far as the points goes. They're that damn close on how it is. Knees up into the wall. That may open the door. Here comes Maul down to the inside. He'll go to third. Sawyer will go to fourth. Here comes Floyd to fifth. Big time drop right here for Rylan Neese. Keaton Tripp had his wingman right behind him. He slid up, got up under the wall, and now he is crashing and burning, sliding to the back.
Both Neese and Wagner are struggling to hang with Tripp right now and help him at this stage of the race. They're back there as little rear gunners, yes, and they're trying to do their best. And you see Neese back there trying to hold off Nathan Carroll, not allow him to get anything here. Floyd's trying to get past Saylor if he can. Justin Michael now looking up the inside of Keaton Tripp. So to this point of the season and this point of the race, when the stage ends in the next 9 laps, if it finishes how it is, all of a sudden the pressure on Carroll and the pressure on Floyd gets even larger. because right now Nathan Carroll is outside of the top 10, would not be scoring any points in the stage. Dakota Floyd is P5. So he'd be getting himself some good points in the stage, but crucially he'd be dropping points to both Tripp and Justin Michael. If that happens, there's going to be a dotted line under his name and possibly a solidified line going through it if it continues on. Side by side, they're nearly door banging. Other race leaders, Justin Michael now takes the race lead through turn 3. Off of Keaton Tripp. Greg Moore could be an X factor here. He could be one that could spice things up, Jake. He's a driver that could hold on to them. As we see Wagner getting loose off of 4, managed to catch it. But the stage end is really going to give us a little bit of popcorn to chew on in terms of how this could change up the championship standings only after 30 laps of this race.
Yeah, I mean, to give us a little popcorn to chew on, beef jerky, however you want to look at it. I mean, you got something to chew on to kind of just wait it out and see some fireworks kick off right here, because those stage points is going to be oh so needed. You see Floyd back here getting a shove from Richie, a little bump drafting going into turn 3. Richie going to shove Floyd down on the inside and take it high side tickler line, if you will. But he got up a little bit too much, tickled that fence, ended up scraping the right side. It's going to cost him a spot. Is Rylan Neese going to be able to try to drive right back by him? Nathan Carroll, we saw him up at the front a while ago, Hamish. He got up front, he led a little bit, was up there playing around, and all of a sudden, boom, it's like it was like John Force at the end of his run. He just hit the parachute and went straight backwards. Bad deal out of that for Carroll. He's going to have to try to figure out some kind of strategy, some way to get himself back up here in the mix if he wants to have a shot any way, shape, fashion, or form. Then plus, he is preying on some mishaps for Michael and Tripp as well. But Greg Mall, you talked about it, could be the X factor out of all of this. Shitty Cooler's number 7, baby. He's trying to get up here and mix it up with these old boys right here for the season finale.
It is indeed, and maybe there's a world in which Carroll or Floyd are trying to save fuel to get to lap 30, which we did say to take a little bit of a fuel save, and are the top 2 just pushing on trying to get there? Are they just trying to push on in the thoughts that, well, everyone's not going to make it, so we might as well just keep going? Is that possibly the case right now? I don't know. But one thing we do know is if it were to end how it is now at the stage end, it's going to put pressure on Nathan Carroll and Dakota Floyd, and arguably it's probably going to knock Nathan Carroll out of championship contention if he does not get stage points here ultimately. It will knock him out. So that's how quickly it can change. I mean, with Floyd so far back only getting 2 points, if it were to finish like this, both those guys are out. And it's up to Tripp and Michael to win the championship.
Yeah, but I mean, barring a serious incident, you know, that's kind of what it's shooting for. And I mean, who knows at this point? I mean, we still got 3/4 of a way to go here tonight for the 100-lapper here tonight. So who knows what's going to happen? Tripp's actually found himself in a side-by-side battle with Greg Mall. Glacier right behind them with Patton, with Salyer right behind them as well. Wagner too far, or a little bit back as well from that. Riding on board with Greg Mall. Watch them go through right here. Because Hamish, not a lot of people understand just how rough this damn place is. Look to me, he's already bouncing. He's bouncing. He's still bouncing. He's bouncing like Bugs Bunny on Looney Tunes. He's just bouncing all over the place going through 1 and 2. Watch what happens right here when he comes down through. Look, already bouncing around. There's a bump right here going into 3. You see it right there. The whole damn truck just rocks all over the place. This place is wore slap out. Unfortunate, like I said, that this place got demolished, because this place is old school racing. You got to take care of your tires. Be careful. I mean, think about it like this. Fastest laps of the race, 41 4s, 41 1s. We actually had a 40.9 by Durr back there in the 13th spot. Times has already dropped all the way to the 43s. We were low to mid 41s. Had 140. Everybody else now has went all the way down to 43 seconds on that last lap.
I mean, it's incredible how quickly the pace can run down. You mentioned the bump into the entry at 3. You got to watch for the bump on the exit of 4 as well. That'll catch some drivers out. Watch for Bentley Glazer too. He's starting to put a challenge here to Greg Moore for P3, with Scott Patton in behind him as well. At this stage, Nathan Carroll has gotten himself into the top 10, but it's only P10 at the moment. So it would only be 1 point here in the stage end. It is 2 laps to go before the stage is complete. Lap 29 of 30. Justin Michael leads the way. Keaton Tripp in behind him as well. And it is all coming down for the good as Glazer wants to make a move down the inside of Maul. Can he get this job done? Up towards turn 3. Yes, he can. Bentley Glazer onto the podium for the stage. Watch for Patton to sneak in behind him as well. Trying to follow him through. Patton gets the job done up to P4. Maul's dropped 2 spots in the span of 1 corner. White flag for stage 1. Lap 30. Justin Michael just has to survive this lap. Here comes Keaton Tripp though, wants the inside run, trying to plan the run to perfection. Can he get this done up the inside? Or can Justin Michael hang on the outside of him too? It's side by side. Down the backstretch they go. They're banging doors down here. A little bit of net co between them. Tripp gets it loose off of there. He's going to try and shoot the half down the inside of turn 3. Can Justin Michael hang on? Or is Tripp going to sneak on by him before we get to the end? They bang doors again. The side draft for Justin Michael. Out of turn 4 they run. Is it going to be first blood for Michael or is it going to be for Keaton Tripp? Across the line they go. Justin Michael gets first blood. Takes home the stage win. Ahead of Keaton Tripp, Bentley Glazer, Scott Patton, Griffin Saylor, Greg Moore, Josh Fracker, Austin Wagner, Rylan Neese, Nathan Carroll snuck into the 10. Dakota Floyd was outside the top 10 for the stage end.
Wow, what a run! I mean, Hamish, I'm sorry, I'm actually speechless. I mean, that was just so damn close right there between both of them. You had side drafting, you had door banging. That's what it means to win a championship here with maximum velocity. Just that close. I mean, the points is so tight. You want to get the championship, you want to get the stage win. I mean, just you're that damn close. You're bumping, you're banging, you're doing all that crazy stuff. Tripp so close that last time around, wasn't able to do it. And Michael able to beat him out by, what, half a truck, if that, maybe a quarter of a truck, to barely just beat out Keaton Tripp and be able to help himself. We're actually seeing right here in instant replay, we had issues back here in the back with one driver, Riley Laverne, back here off the pace. Might have ran out of gas. We're talking about fuel mileage and everything, so Riley Laverne actually having to tow it back to the pits. Going to be a bad deal right there for that number 90 Chevy. Hamish, here we go, everybody coming on down pit road.
Pit road's now going to be important for these drivers to get this right. And we're just trying to do a little bit of mathematics here just for a second. So that there is now going to put a lot more pressure on Keaton Tripp. So to mention this, Dakota Floyd has just dropped 10 points to Justin Michael and he's dropped 9 points to Keaton Tripp. That means now the differential to the championship lead is now out to 24 points. It is out to 18 points to Keaton Tripp. So that's, for me, I think that's put a dotted line through his name at this point. He's not out of it, obviously, with some very bad luck for Justin Michael Keaton Tripp. He can still win this, of course. But he's not written off necessarily. But statistically speaking, realistically speaking, the dotted line is through Dakota Floyd's name right now. The dotted line is also through Nathan Carroll's name as he only gained 1 point. He dropped 9 to Justin Michael. That means his championship gap now would be out to 23 points at this point. And to Mr. Tripp, further 5 points back, it would be 18 points. So that's made it very, very tough for Nathan Carroll as well. He's coming down pit lane again. Has he had a black flag? No, he hasn't. I think he's just pitting for a bit of extra fuel, trying to offset himself out. Because realistically here, Jake, if Nathan were to win this, he needs to win the race, and he needs both of them outside the top 15. That is what he needs. He needs Justin Michael to finish P24 or below, and he needs Keaton Tripp to finish P19 or below. that is going to be a very difficult opportunity for him. Jim, we know right now that realistically speaking, statistically speaking, that now that it's come down to two, realistically, between Keaton Tripp, Justin Michael, we know that it can happen. It hardly ever happens, but it can happen that they both come together or they both have an incident. They both drop all the way back to the field. They have too much damage to repair their cars. All of a sudden, they're out of the race. It's very rare this happens. If that does happen, it still gives opportunity for Floyd and for Carroll. But the best thing they need to do is they need to finish 23 points ahead or 23 positions ahead of Justin Michael and 18 or 19 positions ahead of Keaton Tripp.
I mean, if we're being honest, that's almost impossible at this point because there's only 28 drivers in the field. So if those guys are going back green here, I'll tell you what, let's crank it up as we go back green here. We may not get a caution tonight. You never know.
We may keep it green and mean the whole way. Time to crank it up here at Auto Club in the finale as stage 2, final stage of the season, underway. Well, important questions were asked at the start of the night of how are we going to be running by the time we get to the stage restart, and thoughts were happening of who's going to win this championship here this evening. Important things, important spanners have been thrown into the works now. Off the results, off of stage 1, we mentioned it, that Dakota Floyd, Nathan Carroll, they need a miracle to win this championship now. There is a dotted line through their names. They need an absolute miracle. For Keaton Tripp and for Justin Michael, this is now the important factor to think about, okay? If Keaton Tripp were to lead the most laps to the end, he gains another point, right? Gains another point back. Gains another point for winning the race if he were to win the race. That's 2 more points. He sits right now 7 points adrift of Justin Michael on live points calculation. 7 points. Regularly, that would be 8 positions. If he were to win the race, lead the most laps, that's 5 positions. So I'm going to say it right now, Jake. If Justin Michael can get his truck into the top 5, he will win the championship. That is what he needs. He just needs top 5. Doesn't need a podium, doesn't need a win. He just needs top 5. And right now, he is sitting in a championship winning position in P5 at the moment with the 3-4-1-9 cars together of Tripp, Neeson, Wagner. If Justin Michael's aware of the points differential, he'll be putting his hands up and saying, I want no part of this. I am sitting where I am. I am not going for the podium. I am going to finish P5 or P4, and I'm going to win the title. That's all he needs to do right now.
Yeah, but Hamish, I guarantee you that he's not thinking that. I mean, there's a lot of drivers. I was always like that as well. You just race as hard as you can, try to get the best finish that you can, and just let the chips fall where they may. And I bet you right now that's Justin Michael's style. I've tried to figure that out as well. I mean, the bad part about it, like you said, you got 3, 4, 1, 9 trucks up here at the front. Obviously, with Keaton Tripp and Nice and Wagner right up here in this mix, that may actually make Justin Michael sit there and go, oh, hell, here we go. But then it might actually fire him up a little bit more to say, you know what, let's see if we can try to get through these guys. I mean, don't do nothing crazy. Don't do nothing, completely stupid to where it just completely kills your race and completely kills your season and your championship run. But get up there and mix it up with him. Take a shot at it. Glacier's going after him. He's trying to make a shot right into the 36. Michael trying to go down here as well. And Sawyer right there behind him. That's that redneck accent right there, Jim. I'm doing the best I can. Sawyer trying to make it happen up here with him as well. But, yeah, I mean, hold what you got. Try to make it work. Justin Michael, he actually dropped down to the 6th spot now. But I think, honestly, Hamish, I don't think he's really worried about points. I think you just try to get up there, just try to do the best you can. But just be mindful and just be careful. Don't try to screw yourself. Out of a good finish to where it could end up costing you the championship.
Well, that's it. And, there are some important names to think about who are around with Justin Michael tonight, who will be out there trying to support him on track. Josh Fracker, Rob Haynes, Scott Patton, those guys are his teammates in the field too. So those guys want to try and get forward to help him. Fracker's back in P9 at the moment, so he's an important name to know. Rob Haynes is still having those linking issues, so he's a little bit further down. And then Scott Patton is around about the back end of the top 10. He's actually at the back end of the top 15. So Fracker and Patton have got to get themselves forward, help their teammate Justin Michael, put the pressure on those 419 cars, and try and sneak him further and further up within that top 5. But Tripp is doing everything he needs to right now. He needs to win the race. He needs to get the bonus point for winning the race in the end. He needs the bonus point for leading the most laps. He's got to try and take that opportunity away from Justin Michael to get that at the end. So for Tripp, he's just got to sit here as best he can. The 419 cars are going to try and work through. They're going to try and stack everybody up in behind. And the one thing that Austin Wagner may try and do later in this race, Jake, is we may see him playing the game of hold everyone else up, allow these to push Tripp forward, build some gap, and try and make an insurmountable gap to chase down for the race win. But then the other part of that is, we know Michael doesn't need the race win, but he may just try and get it in.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen as we start to see a little bit of a commotion going on back here. Charles Woods, 34. Got Justin Michael right there smack dab in the middle of that. Durr back here as well. Rylan Neese and James Durr, both of them are up 17 spots from the start of the race. So kind of a hard charger battle there for you. But right now, Neese actually has that as of this moment just because he's sitting in the 2nd spot. You see where Durr's at. He's back there in the 6th spot, so Neese would get the hard charger award if the race was to end right this moment. Obviously, Gordon Spade and Sawyer and Milfit Jr., that being the biggest movers or the hardest skaters or hardest chargers of the race. As we're still seeing these guys. I mean, this is what Auto Club is right here, Hamish. I mean, there is no, playing around and piddling around or nothing like that. You are going damn near balls out all of the time. You are rolling right here, making it happen. Jim, what you got, baby?
I just think that what I'm noticing is, with Justin Michael back here in 9th place right now, which is not that big of a deal at this point in the race, with the exception of potentially getting caught up in some mess. The closer you are to the front, the least likely you are to get into somebody else's incident. And the fact that he's now back here running in 10th place now, I don't know if his truck's ill handling. I doubt it. He's probably trying to conserve fuel at this point to stretch it as long as he can, because he did not come back in and top off like Carroll did and a couple other guys. But I just think that running back here this deep in the field is just dangerous, because all it takes is one little mistake and you're caught up in somebody's mess, and Keaton Tripp runs away with the thing.
Oh, it's a great point. I mean, you've got to think about how you can control the controllable, control your race, control your championship charge, and putting yourself in the danger zone where percentage-wise it is the highest chance of an incident happening when you're amongst that mid-pack. That is putting himself right on the knife's edge of winning the championship and losing the championship. That's what it's ultimately coming down to. You've got a lot of support out there for a lot of different sides in this championship battle. There's a lot of Go Team 419s out there. There's some Go WMVs. Not seeing a lot of love out there for Justin Michael to try and win the championship. He needs to get some more supporters in the crowd for himself. But at the moment, though, we're into now. This is the difficult part of the race, Jake, because this is the part where you're trying just to keep yourself going, push yourself, keep yourself in the fight, keep yourself clean, and hope for all hell that it stays nice and tidy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to make happen. And Sailor up here with them as well. Sailor, is that right? Sailor. Okay, we'll get it right after a while. We've got halfway through the race. We got his name right. Sooner or later it would work. Sailor up here running at a third spot. He's up 9 spots as well. Hell, I mean, I figured I would have got his name right sooner or later. I mean, he's up here rolling. One of the hard chargers. Honestly, I mean, you got a lot of hard chargers so far in this field. I mean, Nice, he's up 17. Sailor, he's up 9. Wagner, he's up 7. Fracker's up 8. Gordon Spain up 13. James Durr's up 15. Even back there around the 17th position, Milfit Jr., Michael Milfit Jr., he's up 8 spots from where he started. So, I mean, just literally scattered throughout the field. Some of these guys that are hard chargers, hard movers, the ones that are losing it, Greg Maul being one of them. He's back there in 19th place. Hell, he was up there running up there at the front at one point, leading laps. Justin Michael, one of those drivers, right there sitting in the 11th spot. Now, he's down 10, obviously started on the pole. Hamish, that's not got to be good right there for Justin Michael. Maybe he just sitting there just kind of playing around. Maybe he might be in that play around stage. But you certainly don't want to be in that situation with Keaton Tripp up here winning right now. You don't want to be in that situation.
He doesn't, but he might also just be trying to save that little bit of fuel as well. I mean, we know this race is going to be about a momentum run. We know you've got to try and plan your stops perfectly. Use your tyres, your advantage. Here comes Griffin Saylor down the inside for P2 on Rylan Neese. And the one thing that Neese does not want to do is to give up that position and allow a car onto the back of his teammate Keaton Tripp. As they're now side by side towards turn 3, we've hit the 50% mark. 50 laps out of 100 here tonight. We've still got 50 more to go. We suspect they're going to make it to roughly laps 60 to 62 on fuel, as they did come in obviously under the stage brake caution and save 2 laps of fuel under those stage brakes. So we should see about 10 to 12 more laps on the fuel, and you may want to just run it out as much as possible, because although in saying that, you could come in now and make it home with one more stop, because you've got to get to lap 70 to get yourself to the checkered flag. So that's going to be a little bit of pressure. Picking that strategy correctly is going to be the best case scenario for you. With 70 laps from end to end, you're always going to need those extra 10 laps of fuel to get yourself home. How do you split it? How do you play it? I think you maybe play it to try and come in around about, if you could save 5, then you do that, but that's going to take a little bit of effort to save 5 laps of fuel and get it home on one stop alone. If we get a caution at this point, though, Jake, everyone's going to come in, because then they'll only need one more stop to get themselves home. We are within the money stop zone of this race. And the reason I say it's the money stop, normally we'd say it's critical, get yourself home from here, but the reason I say it's money stop, Jake, this second stop is probably actually the most important stop of the whole race, because this is going to dictate where you sit before the final stop and actually how much time you get through pit lane. And sometimes we find undercut strategy pays off well. Sometimes we find going long pays off well. You've got to try and balance that to perfection, though.
I mean, you mentioned it, obviously, with the money stop. I mean, this is going to be the kicker right here. It's going to literally be the money stop, and that's what that's going to be the money. I mean, it's going to be about the money, especially right here for Keaton Tripp and, Justin Michael going for this championship and everything. So you got to be careful about that as well. 56 right here, Frecker trying to just roll it up on his top side. get that run and try to make something happen. He's got Wagner down to his inside here at lap 53 of 100. Fracker's still with a run. Wagner thought about jumping up, maybe going with Fracker and jumping up and trying to get the draft. And another thing, too, Hamish, this place and everybody at home, obviously, we talked about how this place, it does race kind of like a super speedway. It's 2 miles in length, all that good stuff. But they're not full throttle all the way around this place. You got to lift. You got to be able to get the handle. You got to get the truck to be able to turn going down into the corners. Dirty air will play a factor with these trucks as well. As you see Sailor trying to go down, I'm trying, Jim. Sailor right down to working on the inside. But you got to be careful. You tuck right up on the back of somebody going into the corner. If you don't know what you're doing, you can easily overdrive the corner. You shoot up the racetrack, and if you got somebody up top, and it's just a straight-up cluster. So, dirty air is going to play a factor as well. As long as they've been running over 20 laps, these tires are already getting cooked. They're already getting back to that 43-second lap mark. So, dirty air going to play a factor as well with these old boys. So, everybody having to mind the P's and Q's and watch what they're doing.
That's exactly right. And you saw the ad before, and we mentioned that the money stop's coming up. Well, if you want to save yourself a little bit of money, you can go and visit the Roasted Records website. Use code SIM20, get yourself 20% off some brews and tunes. And right now, Keaton Tripp is rocking away at the front end of town, and he looks to be buzzing in the race lead to try and take home the final race win of the season. This would be his 6th win of the season if he were to do this. He's already got the record in terms for this season as most wins, and he can't be surpassed as no one is on 4 wins and no one else is on 5 as well. Pit stop starting to come though. Greg Moore, Mike Milfelt Jr. now into pit lane. So they're trying to go for a bit of an undercut here to try and gain some position. They'll try and work together as best they can. The best shot though of undercutting here tonight, Jake, is you've got to try and come in with a pack of cars so you can all work together to draft your way forward. If you come out on your own, you might be dead in the water with no hope in hell of chasing anyone else down. There's the gap from the likes of, I believe that was, is that Chris Howe? No, it's Justin Ritchie who's leading this pack up to James Durr at the back of the regular pack. So Justin Michaels actually lost a fair bit of time to that front pack now as Fracker comes into pit lane. His teammate Michael does not follow him. He continues on. Let's see how this pans out. For only 5 laps away from possibly the final stops in this second stop stage.
I mean, absolutely. You mentioned as well, Hamish, they're going to have to come in a little bit of a pack to be able to try to help themselves out. If this was the NASCAR O'Reilly series cars, the O'Reilly Auto Parts series cars, you really wouldn't worry about the draft that much. I mean, the draft would help. But, with how those cars handle and how they drive and everything else, I don't think you'd be too worried about wanting to try to make it happen as far as the draft goes. This completely different ball game. These trucks, you want as much aero as you possibly can, especially going down these straightaways. It helps you out as much as it possibly can. It's different than the O'Reilly cars and obviously with the Cup cars as well. You don't want to screw yourself. You try to maybe get with your teammates, try to make something happen. How about Nathan Carroll? Woo, baby, still trying to get up here and mix it up in that 63. Going below Glacier, he shoots it, slingshot engaged, son, goes around Wagner, slides up in front of him. Carroll will go to 4th now, exactly where he started. Would love to get 3 more spots, take the lead of this race. He's right behind Sailor and Nice and Tripp. Obviously, they're running up right at the front 3, and 56 going to try to slide up here with them as well. Nope, that's Fracker. He's already made a pit stop. Watch what Fracker does. Freshies going up against the oldies right here. You already see Fracker all by himself shoot around everybody and get gone. That's what Fresh Tires does for you right here at Auto Club, Hamish.
It is indeed. And well, what I was going to say is what happens now is Josh Rackett just going to sit that truck right in front of Keaton Tripp, hold him up, drop him back, push him back to your teammate, Justin Michael. But no, he's just going to break away and try and push on. And maybe that's the team boss mentality I'm having right now. Maybe that's the team game I'm having right now as Nice gets a blink up in P2. Sailor sends it for P2. And I suppose the thing that you need to do is you helping Trip save fuel at that point too, but that would still close the gap up a little bit, I suppose. Daniel Carroll in the chat's getting excited. The fact that Nathan's fighting his way back forward. He's got Greg Moore, the lap car on the inside, who's going to try and sneak past these front three as well. So this is the differential between fresh tyres and old tyres. And I think if these front runners don't come in this lap, Jake, I think Justin Michaels should come down pit road, because he could gain some great spots here by getting fresh tyres on board that car. He's not going to come down, he's going to stay out for now. And maybe they're trying to save fuel, and maybe they're trying to hang on for a possible caution to come their way.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good possibility out of that as well. You mentioned it a second ago with Fracker just shooting right up through there and trying to drag Trip back. You got to watch that. You got to kind of watch that. I mean, I get what it is, try to drag back, help your teammate, do what you got to do and all that other stuff. But Edmonds and all them, they may actually sit there and go, yeah, maybe not, because then you start running into, it's race manipulation, or always try to manipulate the outcome of the race. As you start to see Sailor, hold on, maybe he's able to hold on. It's the inside rotated wall. Gotta tow it though. No caution yet on the speedway. Jack Watts goes down pit road, as well as Trent Drum in the 14 going down. But Sailor, bad deal for him. Spins it around. He was up there at the front. But like I was talking about, Hamish, I think that's why the 56 of Fracker was just trying to get up on out of here, get going, don't cause no problems. Because like I said, you get into race manipulation, you start running into that kind of beef and a whole lot of meetings of a meeting and just stuff that none of these guys want to be a part of, and I wouldn't blame them. Maybe that's why he's not trying to do it. But, hey, it's for a championship. Hey, I think I'll tell you, and why not? Help your buddy out as much as you can.
We have got a lurking James Lehman in the chat with us as well, watching along for the final round. Great to hear from you, James, and great to have you watching along with us too. Appreciate you watching on out there as well. But no, it's a good point, Jake. It could come down to maybe some race manipulation possibly as well. But I think importantly right now, are these guys going too long, or are they just hanging on to try and save their fuel? As Carroll's going to come down pit lane, we saw him pit earlier. Keaton Trippers caught out on his own. Justin Michael stayed out. Interesting play. I was going to say, surely he comes in with the pack of cars. Pull him forward. Get the draft you need, but no, he stayed out. Interesting move for Justin Michael. I think he's trying to get this thing to lap 65 and get it home in only one more stop. Very interesting move for Justin Michael at this point, Jake, but see how this all pays out. Lap 63 also pit on lap 63, very interesting, but as Carroll's now down there, kicking trip into pit lane. Is Justin Michael going to go with him? No, he's going to try and use the lap traffic to his advantage. This could be genius for Justin Michael. He's got a bit of draft ahead of him with those lap cars. Could he save fuel enough to get himself to lap 70?
Well, I'll put it to you like this, Hamish. He ain't the damn point leader for nothing. So, I mean, there is a reason why he is up at the top of the point standings coming into the night for the final race here tonight. So, there's a reason why, and you're seeing it right here. There is something going on in the head of the 87 Toyota of Justin Michael. He is yet coming down pit road now. I mean, he's not even coming down yet. Dakota Floyd going to stay right in his tire tracks and roll with him. Patton about 6 seconds back as well. So now it will be the ultimate figure out or upper of what's going to happen with Keaton Tripp on the 419. How will it work out? And how will all that strategy come to play for him when he comes around? As there you see right there, Justin Michael still working his way around with Floyd right there behind him.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I think this could be a mistake on Justin Michael's part. I thought the fuel saving was a smart move, but the second that, the second that the 419 pitted, I mean, I think you go there. Yeah, I was going to say you got to pit because he's going to be 2 seconds a lap faster than you. If this thing stays green, Justin Michael kills himself. I mean, so Yeah, it's good to see him pit here. I don't think that would have served him too well to stay out there and try to stay out another lap or two, because 2 seconds a lap is a lot.
Well, I'll give you an important marker here. He's just done 39 laps on that tank, 35 laps on that tank of fuel. So he's just done the important number of 35 laps. He's got less than 35 laps to go in this race. So if he saves fuel like that again, he can make it. For Keaton Tripp, he went 33 laps on his tank of fuel. So he can't make it from where he would have to save fuel here and actually slow himself up. So Justin Michael is going to get surpassed by that pack of cars. He's going to exit pit road in behind Charles Woods, who comes past him. Schoenbach may actually jump in as well. But importantly, he's only 4 positions behind Keaton Tripp. If a caution gets thrown, this is going to throw a massive spanner in the works, because all of a sudden there's going to be no gap separating them. Justin's going to be on the freshest tyres in the majority of the field, and he's going to be in a rocket ship as Krishan Elliott comes down pit lane. So Fracker now leads the way, who pit earlier on. So that early pit stop is helping the likes of Fracker, Maul, Milford Jr. And actually, the strategy for Fracker is actually going to possibly help Justin Michael, because these are laps led that can be taken away from Keaton Tripp. So I'm not sure what the current tally is for laps led at this point in time of who has led most laps. I would say it is currently Keaton Tripp who has led most laps. But if Fracker can hang out here for the next 20 laps or so, that's 20 laps less that Keaton Tripp can lead the race, and that means that it could take it away from him in terms of most laps led.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy to think, just how many, just everything's just happening at one time and so many things going on, Hamish. And, you got to think about that as well, because these guys out here, I mean, they're rolling out here at 170 miles an hour, working their way around this 2-mile track here at Auto Club. And you got this happening, that happening, this happening, that happening. And then you're still out here racing at those speeds and trying to dodge people. Somebody gets a little bit loose right here coming off of the corner. They're sliding here. They're doing this. They're doing that. There's so much going on in your head. That takes a hell of a lot of talent right there. That takes a lot of trying to figure it out, figuring this out, figuring that out. So a lot of stuff going on with these guys going through their heads with the championship on the line for some of these guys.
Keaton Tripp has led 37 laps in this race. Josh Fracker, if he can hang on to that race lead, oh no, he can't. He can't lead 37, he's only led 3. And his tank of fuel, if he were to go 35 laps, he could only go out to lap 91. So 91 from here would be 22. So, he can only lead 25 laps. So he can't beat Keaton Tripp of 37 laps at the end of this race. And he's only led 3. The max he can lead is 33. So I think actually at this point, Keaton Tripp's guaranteed himself the point for leading the most laps, unless Greg Moore gets to the race lead. If Greg Moore gets to the race lead and can lead for the next 20 laps, he can challenge Keaton Tripp for that race, for that bonus point. So that's going to be an interesting piece of information. Justin Michaels led 17 laps of this race, but he's nowhere near the race lead right now. He would need a miracle to get up to the race lead. But I think right now Keaton Tripp he's probably gonna. I think he's gonna take home that bonus point for leading most laps. So that means right now it needs to be 6 positions between them. So Justin Michael has to get up to P12 if he wants to try and hang on to this. If Keaton Tripp is going to win the race, he still need that top 5 that you mentioned. So 6 positions is needed for Justin Michael. He's going to make up 3 more, and he's well back off of the rear end of this massive battle pack, which goes all the way down to P12. He's got work to do, and he may need a caution to do it.
Well, Hamish, you keep talking about all these points and, keep talking about what they got to do for this and everything. It reminds me of that old Klondike bar commercial. What would you do for a Klondike bar? With these guys out here trying to figure out what the hell would you do for 1 point. I mean, that's what you're running into with these guys, just trying to do this and that, this, that, and seeing how it works out. Nathan Carroll working his way. He's up there in the 3rd spot, right there in front of Wagner and Glacier as well. I was actually curious because I finally got his name right through the whole damn broadcast. Sailor back there, where is he at? He is back. He is actually
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's done. I mean, he's gone. He's
So-
27.
Okay, just so people know, I'm live now. Just so people know, I've been in Jake's ear the whole night telling him to say sailor, sailor, sailor. And somebody corrected me in chat and said that it's SAL-YER. So that would be Salyer.
Sailor.
Jake had it correct the whole time. And you
Yeah,
were
and I
correcting
was
him
in
for
his ear the entire time telling him the wrong name. So don't
Well,
blame
if that
Jake. That's on me. I just wanted to take the blame for that. That's not on Jake. Put your redneck accent back on, brother.
Oh man, well, but unfortunate we finally get it figured out. He's 13 laps down. He's already backed out of here. So, but hey, it is what it is. There's Dakota Floyd, 57, trying to roll right there. He's going with 87. Justin Michael back there, right there as well. I mean, everybody's eyes. I mean, everybody's literally going to have one eye on the 419 and one eye on the 87. Is how this is going to work out, Hamish, after the next 26 laps.
Well, wouldn't it be interesting if we had a late race caution? Wouldn't it be interesting in how this race could completely change if a yellow flag was thrown and someone's in the wall? And then who could get caught up in it as well? And how it could have it, and how it could have it. But, I mean, it can happen so quickly. We've only had the one caution in this race, and that was because of the stage, and it's been green flag every other lap of this race, barring the stage. So that's going to open things up a little bit. Mike Milford Jr. is now in the play mode to get to make it home from here. So he'll come in, he'll put that fuel in. So correcting order to try and figure out who needs to pit to get home and who doesn't. I think, looking at it, there are only let me correct myself actually. 10 drivers can make it home from here. Those who pit on lap 64 or later can make it home. It's going to be tight for Keaton Tripp. He's going to save a lot of fuel to do that. He did pit on lap 64, but there's 10 drivers and he's good at fuel saving. And you know, Jake, who would be correcting P2 in that world, but everyone else needs to pit, and those who are fuel saving to get home would get home without another stop. Justin Michael.
Oh, hot damn, ain't that something? That's what you want right there.
Keaton Tripp right now would be the race leader. Justin Michael would be P2. So if everyone who pitted before lap 64 needs to pit, and everyone who pitted 64 or later does not, Justin Michael will be P2 and Keaton Tripp will be P1. That's if that happens.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Keaton Tripp, honestly, I mean, he's got Ryland Deese right there in front of him, so that'll help him out as well to get the car or to get the tow. But if it did work out that way, Hamish, you know, Keaton Tripp goes to P1, Justin Michael goes to P2. Here's the problem with that is Nathan Carroll slides up here, gets around Fracker, so he'll go to the lead. But the whole deal of it is you look, and Keaton Tripp, he's 2 seconds back from this battle that you're watching here live on Motormouth Broadcasting with Nathan Carroll and Joshua Fracker. The problem is 19 seconds back from this battle that you're watching. That's where Justin Michael is. 20 seconds back now. He's actually fell off a little bit. There you see him. That's how far. About a half a damn track right there. Saving that gas, trying to make it any way, shape, fashion, or form to make it work out. Actually, Floyd actually got around him. Dakota Floyd got around him. So now he's got Scott Patton and Tommy Cook right there behind him as well. Could possibly lose some spots out of that one as well. But there's a whole lot of games going on. Actually, well, Patton, his teammate, he may just shove him, push him around, or go around him, and then maybe Justin Michael can draft off of him and save some gas off of that.
Well, that could be the plan as Josh Fracker now comes into pit lane as well. So more and more spots starting to get gained for those drivers that extended their stint in the mid part of this race. It'll be 20 laps to go when we get to the start-finish line. Nathan Carroll leads the way to Bentley Glazer and Oscar Wagner at the moment for the top three. Neeson Tripp inside of the top five. And just doing the quick counting here. even on those that pitted before lap 60, before lap 63. Let's have a look at this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those ahead of Justin Michael right now. He's P13 at the moment. If he gains those 7, he'll go up to P6. So if there's Chris Howe, Spain, Watts, they're all coming into pit lane. James Durr's in. So I think we're going to get into a point here where those guys are going to have to commit to the stop. But are they going to have enough pace differential to chase down the cars that are able to stay out to save their fuel at the end of this racetrack? That is going to be the major question of this one. They'll have 20 laps to go. At best, they're going to be lapping about 10 laps at 2 seconds faster. I don't know if they're going to catch them or not. I don't know. This is going to be intense. This is going to be tough. But this is also going to be heartbreaking for one person, and it's going to be elation for the other. As Nathan Carroll comes down pit road.
Yeah, Nathan Carroll coming on down pit road for what will be his final stop of the night. And like you were talking about, Hamish, everybody's just kind of sitting on the edge of their seats, trying to see what's going to happen. Everybody watching at home here on Motormouth Broadcasting, hell, even the drivers might be actually on the edge of their seats, just waiting to see what is going to happen. And like you said earlier, caution comes out. It throws this race literally over on its lid. We've seen this happen. Hamish, me and you, we've called races together where we sit here and we're like, okay, 19 to go, everything's good. We get down to 5 to go, damn, somebody spun. What happened? And then we get to a green, white checker, and then it turns into chaos. As Glacier, hard coming into the pits, might have got busted. He looked like he was hauling the mail coming into the pits right there. He might have got a black flag, got busted for an injury. But, I mean, if he wasn't able, I mean, if he didn't get busted, that's some good stuff right there out of this as well. So there's so many factors that could happen right here. I mean, folks may be sitting there looking, it's 18 to go. Well, yeah, I mean, we kind of see the writing on the wall. We kind of see what's happening right here. Tripp sliding up spots now as well. Justin sliding up spots as well. We see the writing on the wall. Y'all can go ahead and just get a big-ass brush and just wipe that off there. You don't know what is going to happen right here, Hamish. When this thing is all said and done, anything can happen in the next 18 laps.
So, important point here. So, ahead of Justin Michael, we've currently got Justin Ritchie, who pitted on lap 62, Rylan Neese, Austin Wagner, who both pitted on lap 63. So they're trying to help Keaton Tripp fuel save to the end of this race. So both of those 419 cars are trying to sit right in front of Keaton Tripp to save fuel so he will make it home. Justin Michael is tucked up behind Dakota Floyd and Justin Ritchie right now, and he's got his teammate Scott Patton right behind him as well. I think he's in a good pack here to save this fuel and get it home here, Jake. So importantly, right now, as Wagner looks to come down pit road, Keaton Tripp is corrected race leader. Justin Michael on positioning and pit stops and all this other jazz is corrected P3. Good enough for the championship at this stage.
Only time I tell. I mean, it will be interesting to see Wagner actually coming down pit road now in the 42. Teammates with Keaton Tripp. You see the 88 working his way around. That is Christopher Howell working his way going through 3 and 4 as well. But, I mean, there's so much going on. Something going on right here with the 419 of Keaton Tripp. Looked like he was just dropping pace big time from what we're seeing as far as time to score. Not sure what's up with that, but you still see, yeah, I mean, that's some serious saving that he's doing. So we'll see how that works out with him. But I mean, look at it. Look at this paint scheme right here. Look at this 88 paint scheme right here. With Connor Zelich kind of paint scheme. Yeah, I mean, so much stuff going on right there with, Connor Zelich as well. So, at a young gun in NASCAR, one of those guys kind of like a Hurricane Hocevar. I mean, just the youth in the sport is just moving up as far as NASCAR. I kind of went off the rails right there and went on a side street. Sorry about that, Hamish. But, yeah, there's Keaton Tripp, who we were talking about, saving as much as he can, and that damn time is just dropping.
He is trying to save all that he can to get this car home because he's got no one to draft with. His teammate is 15 seconds up the road. Barring his teammate parking it on the side of the road and waiting for him to catch up, he's got no one to draft with right now. So at this stage, I think Keaton Tripp may be dead in the water because he can save as much as he wants. The problem is he's losing time to Justin Michael, who sits in a great position to save fuel because he's got his teammate who can push him along while he's clutched in, or he can sit right in front of him and drag him along and clutch him behind him and save fuel. So for Justin Michael right now, statistically speaking, knowing that he went, well, I don't know if he does, but he went 35 laps on that last stint, enough to get himself home. Keaton Tripp has got 4.5 seconds separating him and Justin Michael. And Justin Michael right now, Jake, is not saving nearly as much as what Keaton Tripp is trying to.
No, he's not. I mean, that's the whole gist of it right there. I mean, Michael's still trying to close the gap, not able to do it. And back, Michael, that is 21 seconds. Tripp already has dropped down big time. He's actually got Justin Ritchie not too far back from him, about 1.5 seconds. So maybe let's let this 3 slide on by. Look at the drop right here, son. Down 2.5, then down almost 4, down 2.5 again, down 2 seconds. That's just in the span of the past 4 laps. Now, what it's going to be right here when he gets around this time around, look at what Justin's doing to Keaton Tripp. Close it in. 2.1, 2 seconds more or less, 3 seconds. I mean, the gap just keeps getting closer and closer and closer. And now it's about 3 seconds separating Tripp from Michael. So Tripp trying to save all that he can and get as far as he can right here. The only problem is his competition for the championship has finally closed the gap on him right here, Hamish. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I'm Keaton Tripp right now, honestly, if I'm Keaton Tripp, I'm praying for some kind of chaos to happen right here. Maybe get a caution, maybe try to help myself out one way or another.
He needs a caution. But the issue that'll then come from that is if they get a caution, they've got to pit for tyres. So if they've got to pit for tyres, they're going to drop positions anyway, and Justin's still going to be right on his tail, so it's not really going to make him much difference. They're in a similar bet as each other, but Keaton's in the worst position because he has to save more fuel than what Justin does, because Justin got 2 more laps out of his tank in the last stint than what Keaton did. So that is where the difficulty, I think, is beginning to lie here for Keaton Tripp. 1 position separates them at the moment. If neither of them can make it, then they're in the same boat. If both of them can make it, then same boat. If only one of them can make it and the other can't, it could be spicy no matter who it is. Whether it's Keaton, whether it's Justin, this is what it comes down to. Final 10 laps. The final 10 laps on the of this race. The final 10 laps of this season. And it is coming down to 2 drivers. Keaton Tripp, Justin Michael. The man who led the championship into the chase and the man who leads the championship into the final round. The man with the most wins this season, another man with multiple wins this season as well. And he's just gotten by him. Justin Michael has tucked his car past Keaton Tripp. How much more fuel does Keaton Tripp have to save? And does Justin Michael need to do the same thing?
Only time will tell, 9 to go. It sounds like, honestly, we sound like we're broken records, at least I do every time I say time will tell. But, just so much is just happening right here that it's basically a waiting game for some of these guys. Justin Michael, the only drivers that have a good idea between the two, Justin Michael and Keaton Tripp, on what their fuel situation is and where they're at and everything else. The only people that really knows what's going on is them. That is it. They are the only two that really knows what they've got going on. I mean, we can sit here, we can speculate, honestly. Hey, we can sit here, we can go, well, this is what we're thinking, this is what they're thinking, this is what they're thinking. That's what happens out of this is Dakota Floyd right up here. He been at the same lap as Justin Michael did, lap 66. So if he's actually saved a little bit, he may have a shot right here as well, right up behind Justin Ritchie.
Well, so the other point as well that I want to point out is too, so we're obviously 8 laps to the end. If Justin Michael and Dakota Floyd and even Scott Patton, if they didn't believe they could make it home, they would have already pit by now. So if they didn't think they could make it home, or they would have saved to the extent that Keaton Tripp is, as Keaton Tripp is still dropping, by the way. Keaton Tripp is on a massive fuel save, and in fact, he's dropping so many spots at the moment. Scott Patton's going to sneak by his teammate Justin Michael to help him save fuel again. If they didn't believe they could make it as Nice comes in, they would have already pit by now, Jake. That's the belief I'm having. So if they didn't think they could get home, they would have already come down pit road, put fresh tyres on, and pushed on. But with Keaton so far back, Justin's able to lift, hold on to it, and he just needs to get this car home. That's all he has to do now with 7 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're going to see, obviously, as far as, where he's running at and everything. Justin obviously going to lift it out of it. And Dakota Floyd, we see him in the 57 after all that happened. Now he's up here at the front. It's like I said, your front three, 1, 2, 3, they all pitted the same time. Lap 66 is when they pitted. So Michael may be like, we were talking about, just go ahead, let's lift a little bit. Okay, Keaton Tripp, he's way back here, P14, trying to make it. So Justin Michael may be, okay, we got a pretty good little gap right here. We got a damn good shot. Let's just go ahead and ease out of that throttle. Let's lift as early as we can to where we're not completely killing ourselves here. Let's lift, let's save gas, let's make sure. If he thinks he's good, keep saving. That's what I would do, because you don't want any type of issues, any way, shape, fashion, or form. Just be able to make it home. You pretty much got it. Michael's got it gravy trained right now to make it. If he's been saving and he's been doing what he needs to do, he's got it gravy right here. I just keep saving. I wouldn't worry about what everybody else is doing.
That's right. I mean, with Keaton now back in P15, 13 seconds, 14 seconds, it's growing even more every single lap by. Keaton can't pass him and beat him without Justin Michael running out of fuel. That is ultimately now all that can save Keaton Tripp, because he's 5 laps to go, 15 seconds. He would have to outpace Justin Michael at 3 seconds a lap, and in fact, with 4 laps to go, he'd have to outlap him by 4 seconds a lap. That's not going to happen for Keaton, unfortunately. He's still running 47 9s, 48s. Tommy Cook and Nick and John Schellenbach are going to come down pit road once again. 4 laps to go. Dakota Floyd leads this race. Scott Patton P2, Justin Michael in P3. Scott's going to let his teammate go by. And Lee may only be 4 laps away from Justin Michael winning this season's championship for the CNC Home Designs Truck Series.
And what he has done, good stuff out of Justin Michael. Be where you got to be. Do what you got to do to win that championship here with 4 to go. Scott Patton going to try to race right here with him as well. Justin may actually think about just letting Scott go right here and maybe draft with him or not. Looks like Patton is going to get a little bit of a run around the outside. Slides right up right in behind him. Go ahead and get that toe, get that draft. Glacier actually back there sitting in the 4th spot could be an extra one to where he can maybe use him a little bit, try to help himself out as well. But 3 to go right here, Hamish. Justin Michael pretty much gravy training it all the way to the end. Here's the trick out of it. 3 laps to go. We haven't saw any type of chaos, anything flip out yet. May still have that shot at the caution. If the caution comes out, Keaton Tripp's going to have a hell of a hill to climb to try to get back up here and have a shot at it. But at the same time, I'm sure Keaton Tripp will love a caution to at least be able to re-rack it, restack it, and maybe get some chaos to happen.
If that happens, do you pit if you're Justin Michael? If you get that caution, do you come in? Or do you just hang on to track position? You've only got to survive 2 laps. Do you just stay where you are, hang on to the track position, and guarantee yourself a gap? But,
you pit.
Yeah, you're pitting, I suppose.
I think you're
See
pitting.
here,
Yeah.
side by side, battle for the race lead. Scott Patton gets past Dakota Floyd, drags his teammate Justin Michael past as well. And Justin's not giving any indication that he needs to fuel save anymore. He's pushing to the point that he can get home from here. Round the final corner. 1 more lap to go for this season of the CNC Home Designs Truck Series. White flag at Auto Club. Final lap. Championship lap. Give a wave to the crowd. Follow your teammate through. Tuck up behind and take yourself home to a championship win. As Patton will sneak up out to the outside. We'll give a bit of push here to Justin Michael maybe. Try and get him to the race win. Dakota Floyd now to the inside as well. Down the back stretch they run for the final time this season. Through turn 3 and 4. And take a bow
as he's fuel saved, strategized, and gotten himself to the end. Justin Michael wins the final round and the championship for the CNC Home Designs Truck Series.
Damn, walk it off, son. Justin Michael saved enough, gets the win. Floyd right there behind it gets second. Bentley Glazer comes home with third out of all of that. What a drive, what a race, what a championship run Justin Michael's bet on. Keaton Tripp, you already see him. I mean, hell, he wasn't going to have enough. He is going to have to throw the clutch in to try to make it back. Will he get back to the line? I think he will be able to. Keaton Tripp done everything he possibly could. That's got to be heartbreak right there, though, Hamish. I mean, to win as much as he has this season and then come out of this right here with, what had happened. Check this out. Well, he's getting a push at the end of it. Shades of Chase Elliott and Jimmy Johnson at Watkins Glen. Shove your teammate all the way to the end because he ran out of gas at the end of it. But, I mean, wow, what a day. He ain't even going to be able to do a burnout. I don't even think he will be able to. I don't think he's got enough gas to be able to pull it off. He'll just pull it through the grass and park it right here on the front stretch. How about that, Hamish?
Well, commiserations, of course, have to go to Keaton Tripp. He drove a hell of a season. Most wins this season with 5. That'll be a talking point for next season, of course. Ultimately, it was a disappointing run through the chase for him that we mentioned. Those 2 weeks of bad runs, were they the deciding factor for this championship? As we wait for our race results here. Dakota Floyd as well. I mean, he drove a great season. Unfortunately, he just wasn't close enough tonight to really challenge for the championship. Same for Nathan Carroll. As there is Justin Michael, led 17 laps in this race to the race win. Dakota Floyd comes home P2 ahead of Bentley Glazer in P3 at the end of that race there as well. I don't know what happened to Scott Patton and why he has not finished up there, but anyway, Mike Milford Jr. in P got the most positions gained tonight, up 13. Keaton Tripp led the most laps, 37 laps indeed. That's an extra point for him. James Durr got the fast lap of the race, actually, a 40.9. Pole position, of course, went to Justin Michael. Goes from pole to race win. 12 green flag lead changes with 10 different leaders across this race. The one caution during that stage end as well. Nathan Carroll, Josh Fracker, the top 5. Austin Wagner, Greg Moore, Jack Watts, Gordon Spain, Scott Patton actually was back in P10. So I actually think he might have actually hit the incident limit, and that's why he's been dropped down some positions as well, possibly. Chris Howe back in P11 for the top 12 in behind him as well. No, he didn't. I don't know why then. That's interesting. Mike Milford Jr., James Durr ahead of Ryland Neese, Charles Woods as well ahead of Josh Modicek, Rob Haynes. Keaton Tripp ended up finishing P18 in this one, unfortunately for him. Tommy Cook ahead of Justin Ritchie, John Schoenbachler, Trent Drum, Riley Laverne, Krishan Elliott ahead of CJ McLaughlin, Billy Bumgarner, Griffin Saylor, and Chris Voiles never got started here this evening. Justin Michael has won the race and he's won the championship as well. We're going to make him sweat it out and wait to chat to us at the very end of tonight's show. We'll start, though, when we get our P3 runner into the booth to have a chat to him with Bentley Glazer, so I'm sure we'll be able to find him and drag him in at some point as well. Jake, what a run it was. I mean, you were here for the last 2 weeks of the season. This is what the whole season was like. I mean, it was unbelievable, unbelievably close all throughout. At points in time, the momentum swung certain drivers' ways. I mean, I'm sure if James Lehman didn't get called in for duty, he would have been right here today challenging for this title as well. Realistically, though, the momentum swing, that's what can make and break your championship. And I always find that drivers who get mid-season momentum often come home in a good position. We'll get Dakota Floyd in out of the P2 runner here tonight. For this race, he will come home P3 in the championship as well, ahead of Nathan Carroll, and we'll drag him up and we'll have a quick chat to him, of course. So let's grab him and get him in here. Dakota, welcome in. P2 on the road tonight, P3 in the championship. Congratulations. What a drive it was for you this evening. Wasn't quite close enough for you to challenge Justin Michael and Keaton Tripp at the end of stage 1, so that kind of put a dotted line through your name. At that point, was it that you thought you were a little bit too far away and you've just got to try and get to the car to the end, or were you pushing like hell all the way thinking you could win the title?
Yeah, I mean, in the stage, we were definitely pushing the car as hard as we physically could, and then I didn't think I was going to be able to make it to my pit stall on the stage, so that's why I just kind of fell back through the order. So shout outs to those guys for the stage. That was just my main concern. But once I knew it was outside the top 10 in the stage, I knew it was it's pretty much wraps unless those guys got caught way off strategy or wrecked or something. So just happy to be able to fight, at least for the race win there all the way to the end.
Well, I'll give you an interesting piece of information before I let Jake, or before I move over to Jake, to you as well. If Justin Michael had actually ended up in pit lane and had been back in P23 and Keaton Tripp finished where he did, which was P18, you would have won the race and you actually would have won the championship.
Oh, that's a good bit of information.
Yeah, you were only one car away, and actually, I think you actually may have passed Keaton for P2. I'm not 100% sure though. We'll wait for our final results to lock that in. I do believe you are. You may, at the very least. Well, actually, it's going to be tight because Carroll was P4 actually. Yeah, that will be tight. I look forward to seeing those results and to see where you actually did finish, because that's going to be an interesting one. But Jake, is there anything you want to ask or say to Dakota before we let him go off?
Yeah, I mean, Dakota, I talked about this, throughout the broadcast with just how wore out this place was and how bumpy it was. I mean, the cameras, I mean, it showed a lot of bumpiness and everything else, but how damn hard is it to go around this place with just how wore out it is? And the bumps, I talked about one of them going into 3 where it'll about shoot you off of, a nitro circus ramp. I mean, just how hard is it to hold a good wheel and be able to hold the wheel straight, more or less, going down these straightaways and going through the corners, how bumpy it is?
Yeah, I think the straights are definitely the biggest challenge, especially on the back straightaway, because it is so bumpy. And, if you're running really close to somebody and you catch it the wrong way, you can definitely get into them, get into the wall, really kill a lot of your momentum. But yeah, this track being so worn out, it makes for great racing though, especially in the trucks. I never was a big fan of trucks at Auto Club just because how drafty it gets, but it really does put on some really good racing when you have a good group of guys like we got in this league here, and everybody knows how everybody races. So, you guys saw it in the stage. No one was given an inch, but we had no wrecks. No one was killing each other. It was fantastic racing all the way through. So I think it just makes for a great product of racing.
Well, Dakota, hell of a season for you. At the very least, it is a top 4 in the championship, whether it was P4, P3, or P2. We'll wait for those final results to come in off the SimRacer Hub information, but we'll see if we have got them just to confirm as well. You were P3 in the championship in the end there. 3 points adrift of Keaton Tripp. So, yeah, that's how that went about for you. But P3 in the title race, good momentum to build for next season. We wish you the best of luck for next season. Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to, first of all, teammate Justin Ritchie. I'm glad he was able to show up at the last minute tonight and just kind of give me a helping hand tonight, kind of just try to work with me to get me to the places I needed to be. So shout out to him. He's always great to have on the team. Shout out to Max V as a whole. It was another fantastic season. I'm really looking forward to the second half of the year here. Schedule looks great, so it's going to be some great racing. It's just been phenomenal as soon as I came on board to Max V a couple seasons ago. Can't say enough good things about this group of guys, and especially all the fast guys that have showed up and all these guys that have improved. So the racing just gets harder, but it gets better. Shout out to Motormouth and all of you guys in the broadcast booth. You guys do a fantastic job. We really appreciate what you guys do. It's just fantastic shows to go watch. Shout out to all the people that watch the broadcast. So without you guys, we don't have an audience to put a show on for. Shout out to my girlfriend for supporting me every week, and thank you to all the sponsors that help keep this thing rolling.
We appreciate your time, Dakota. We wish you the best of luck for next season. Enjoy the break in between seasons as well, and we'll see if you can come around again at the end of the next 20 weeks and challenge for a championship once more.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful night.
Thanks so much, you too. Next up, we will drag in our P3. Oh, no, he's not P3 on the road, sorry, but he was P5 in the championship standings. We'll have a quick chat to him in Scott Patton. Scott, welcome in. You crossed the line back on the podium, but have been knocked back for Bentley Glazer for whatever reason. P5 in the championship, though, for you. Can you give us any reason as to why your car was dropped all the way back down to P10 at the end of that race?
Yeah, that fuel.
Ah!
That damn gas.
Playing the fuel game to the end there, like we were the whole second stage. So we had it pretty darn close, and we knew we were right on it. And I kind of felt like, let's go for it and push Dakota a little bit, and pushed a little bit too much and ran about a third of a lap short.
Well, You drove a fantastic race nonetheless. Helped your teammate Justin Michael get himself to a championship win and a race win in the end as well. Was that the plan tonight? Get in there and help him as much as you could and try and get him up to that title?
Yeah, there was some strategy there for sure. I knew that realistically I didn't have a shot at the title unless something catastrophic happened to the top 3 or 4 guys, which obviously had a threat of happening in that first stage with some of the craziest racing. We were just talking about it down there, some of the craziest racing that we've seen all season. I'm really interested in watching that replay of that first stage. Some really great stuff going through there. So, but no incidents, fortunately, and everybody ended up with a clean truck. So I wasn't gonna be able to gain enough points on these guys to make a threat for the championship. So at that point, it ends up being kind of a support game for Justin for all the work that he's put in, and he certainly deserves this championship. It's hard to argue against that. Keaton put on a heck of a run too, so it's fun racing with him and learning a lot this season from both those guys.
Well, I mean, tough season to try and hang with them. What can you maybe improve upon for next season to try and put the pressure on them and maybe challenge a little bit closer for the championship?
I think for me, it's a little bit more of the mental aspect of it. Looking at my incidents, I'm the only one in the top 5 in points with 3-digit incidents, 100 plus. So we got to clean that up for sure. Some other mistakes we got to clean up strategy wise, maybe be a little more aggressive on the stages. I think I gave up a lot of points there throughout the season. So things like that I can do better with for sure, on top of trying to actually be a better racecraft driver too, just fast lap after fast lap like these guys are able to put down. Hands down, well better than I can. So we'll sneak one in every once in a while, but we hope to kind of up that win column next season for sure.
Well, Jake, is there anything that you want to ask Scott before we let him go?
I mean, you pretty much covered it. At that point, you pretty much covered it. But I mean, Scott, I mean, this track, I mean, it really does. Darlington and other tracks, obviously, those are those harder tracks. We was talking to Dakota a while ago about just how rough it is and how bumpy it is. Would you say this is one of the more harder tracks to drive, with just the aspects of everything, and then plus with the speeds and the draft and just so much going on at one time?
Yeah, for sure. This one has everything. Has everything from draft to fuel saving to tire managing to high lines, low lines, middle lines, everywhere in between. So it's kind of like everything thrown out there at once. So it's difficult from that aspect of trying to decide, corner to corner sometimes, what line are you going to take? Who's got the runs behind you, around you? On top of that, keeping fuel saving in mind, tire saving, who you're racing against, throw the championship in there too. So it's got every aspect of a good championship race all rolled into one race. So one race track for that matter that can deliver that kind of quality racing. So I think we saw a little bit of everything tonight, from contact to strategy to 3 wide, 4 wide at times. I think we saw it all. So very proud of these all these Max V drivers for putting on a heck of a season all season long.
Well, Scott, you drove a hell of a season. Congratulations on P5 in the championship. Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Certainly my teammates there at Bandit Motorsports, got to give them a shout out for all their work, strategy-wise, communicating. Justin, hats off to him for the well-deserved championship. And then Northeast Racing, or New England Racing Museum there, Dr. Dick Bergman's project, give him one last shout out here on the property of New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Stone River Outfitters, for all your fly tying fishing needs, check them out, stoneriveroutfitters.com. And I think that is about it from here.
Very good, Scott. Well, best of luck next season. Enjoy the break, and we'll see if we're chatting to you at the end of next season as one of the championship contenders once again.
All right, sounds good. And a quick shout out to my buddy Jim, who watches every week too, with his daughter as well. So good to see them and their support. So appreciate your guys' work on the broadcast too, and we'll catch you next season.
Thanks so much. We'll catch you then. And next up, I think we should probably go, Jake, to P4 in the championship. And Nathan Carroll would make the most sense to me, since we've just had P5 in the championship. Nathan, welcome in. P4 in the title race at the end of the season there. Not the stage results you would have wanted, and then a difficult run to the all throughout that race as well. But talk us through it from your perspective. How were you feeling? Did you find that after stage 1 where you're a little bit disheveled, thinking, I don't know if I can do this, or or was it you were just going to keep on pushing forward and hoping that you could maybe, just maybe, sneak your way to the championship?
Yeah, the stage was like the final nail in the coffin. So pretty much right there is just going to, well, try to win the race, and yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, so I messed up the stage. I saved a little bit too much. I had a whole lap at the end of the stage, and so I could have pushed it harder. I'm always on the short end of the stick when it comes to fuel saving, and so I wanted to be extra cautious and make sure I wouldn't run out under caution, when the yellow flies for the stage. And yeah, so yeah, just I guess that answers your question.
I mean, obviously, a difficult one to drop, and then a difficult one to get through as well. What positives though are you going to take away from this season and apply to next season in the hopes of trying to improve?
Well, I think there's a lot of things. I learn something new every week, and everybody is learning every week. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. But one of the things I've really grasped this season is just the general feel and how to be fast in like the middle of the corner and like at the start of a run and the end of a run. And today I learned how to fuel manage a little better, So I statistically, like a little bit of context, I told Jim a while back, you guys are like my lucky charm, because prior to Motormouth coming on board, I had maybe 30, 35 starts in Max V, and only 3 of those resulted in a top 5, and 1 was a podium. And so you look at all my stat columns this season, I've blown literally everything out of the water. And it's just, you just got to keep chipping away at it. I wish I won that race. I wish I won the race. I just talked to all those guys, and they were running out at the start-finish line. And I thought I had the race won, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, I'm just a little scatterbrained, tired, and also decompressing. It's been a long and intense. I don't know about some of these guys. Like, I feel like it's just another day at the office for them, and I've got to like bust my ass. And so yeah, I'm just winding down and looking forward to Phoenix. Kicks off the season. The next season. That's my home track, and gonna have a special paint scheme representing the state and a local sponsor on the hood. And we'll have the title rights. It'll be the Wildish 150. So we're gonna go out and win that race.
So yeah, Nathan, this is Jim. I was staying pretty much out of the interviews and letting Jake and Hamish handle them. But look, I wanted to come in. You and I have talked, especially in the second half of the season, and after James went off again. Thank him for doing what he does, serving the country and everything. I've seen you every week. You live this stuff, I see how wound up you get before these races. We have to talk to finalize some things before races and stuff. And, I can see the difference in your personality, how serious you take this. And anybody that knows you can clearly hear it in your voice right now that this is, that you're taking this tough. But I think that the one thing that I see that you can take away from this season is truly what you just said, which was look at your previous season's results and your previous 35, 40 starts, whatever it was, compared to your results this year in these 20 races. And if you take that away and how much you improved, and you just slightly improve more than that, clearly you're right there at getting your first race win. And you were literally the only guy in the hunt for this championship in the last week that didn't have a win. So to put yourself in that position shows that you had a lot of great results. And so just from my perspective, it's been really fun to see you grow during the season. I didn't know your previous history. I didn't know that what your previous finishes were or any of that. And we still saw plenty of growth this season. And then hearing, how you what your previous results were. To me, you have just made leaps and bounds this season, and you are literally every week a guy who is a contender up there, and you were certainly a contender for this championship. So I know that you wear your heart on your sleeve when it comes to this stuff. So take that away and know that, man, you made a huge leap this season, and I'm sure that another big one is coming next season.
Well, I appreciate that very much, Jim. And I saw a thing a while back. Somebody said that it's easier to find, let's talk about it in oval specifics. It's easier to find 3/10 than it is a tenth. And I found the 3/10 this season. And so it really is only going to get harder. I just have to find that little bit more, that last tenth that I'm missing. And that it comes down to just such incredible precision. And, but I can feel myself getting there and dejected for sure, but there's a lot to be proud of. And I told all my guys real quick before I start the shout outs, I'll start it with this. Thank them all for their commitment and perseverance throughout the season. And I want to say it on air because it's very important to me, but those guys, like, this is the favorite hobby I've ever had. And it's frustrating and sad sometimes, but like, the fact I get to race with my guys and plot and everything else, like, it's the most fun thing I've ever done. So I want to shout out all of them, and I appreciate the kudos and the compliment as well.
Well, and that's a message for anybody out there watching who maybe is thinking about getting into this hobby, or maybe you're already, sim racing, but you haven't joined a league yet, or maybe you're in a league and it's just not one of the, maybe you don't exactly blend in that particular league. Go out and find you a league where you fit in with the people, where you find your people. And that elevates the fun tremendously. And if you're not in a league, go out and start league racing. It's a whole different animal than officials, and you need to be a part of it. And I would love to tell you to come join this league. It's a phenomenal league, and I'm sure they'd love to have you. But, it's hard going here. There were 60 cars every week for the first 10 weeks of the season trying to qualify for 43 spots. So
in a moment.
Yeah, it's okay.
I hope that doesn't mean the broadcast has dropped as well.
Seeing on the screen, it looks like it might have frozen, but I'll wrap this up real quick so you guys can talk to everyone else. But I do want to shout out my one of my best friends, Manny, came over to watch, and I know a few others were trying to make it over. I had some extra people watching tonight. Trisha, Noah, AJ and Alyssa, and Zach every week, my mom, my dad, and then I always start with her first, but we'll save the best for last. Luca and Angela as well. I forgot them on my last podium, almost forgot them again. They're out in the living room, but my wife, she puts up with the obsession, and I try to manage it with the relationship. But she lets me do this and allows me the time and sees that I'm passionate about it, and I love her very much for that. And shout out to James, and then I already talked to you guys pre-race and told you how good you've been all season, but hell of a year for y'all, and can't wait for next year, because I can't wait to talk to y'all after the first win, because it's gonna be like the Super Bowl. It's gonna be awesome. So all right, you guys. Well, I'll let you pull whoever's next.
Good night, Hamish, to Nathan. But thanks so much, Nathan. Appreciate your time, and we wish you the best of luck for next season as well.
Thank you, guys.
Well, next up, we'll move on to P2 in the championship in Keaton Tripp. Keaton, welcome in. Unfortunate that you didn't make it home to the championship win there in the end. Fuel saved as much as you could, barely made it across the line at the end of the race as well. Talk us through that race for you. Obviously, understandably, I'm sure there's a little bit of heartbreak involved in that, but talk us through your race.
Yeah, it was a fun race, man. After the stage, Justin beat me there. He got that pole, so he had 2 extra bonus points on me. I knew a miracle would have to happen, so I basically just went out there and just raced, tried to win the race, and just see where everything stacked up. And yeah, we just went green the whole way, and I should have just done a 2-stop with my teammates there. Would have finished better, but it really wouldn't have changed anything with the championship. So yeah, I just dug myself a grave there and decided to try to save and stay out, hope for a caution, and it never came. So all in all, though, it was a really fun race. That was a blast tonight.
Well, of course, most race wins this season, 5 wins. Didn't get home with the championship, but what a hell of a storyline you're giving us for next season, though. Most wins in a
Yeah.
season, didn't quite get there, though, in the end. I mean, that's going to obviously make you a lot hungrier for next season to try and get it done as well. We mentioned in the broadcast, based on how much pace you were dropping from your fuel save and the fact that Justin wasn't, gave us the confidence that he didn't need to because he would have already committed to the stop and that you were the only one out of the two that had to heavily fuel save. But I mean, it was a back and forth contest pretty much between the two of you. He dropped back early to save fuel. You kept pushing on, and then it kind of reversed the other way around towards the end of the race as well. Is there anything that you can take out of this season as a driver with the most wins? You had a unfortunate run throughout this chase process across these last 5 weeks. Is there anything you think you did well that could even be improved upon even more? And is there anything that you think you didn't do so well that you're going to have to focus on now in this break to try and improve upon for next season?
Yeah, really, it just really just came down to strategy. My strategy in the chase, just none of it worked. It was just, Richmond with it going green the whole way and me staying out, and tonight, and then North Wilkesboro whenever I pitted and the caution came out. So it was just the cards were not going in my favor in this playoffs, and then obviously Talladega, all I had to do was finish and gain some points and got taken out in the big one. So it's just a lot of stuff out of my control and a lot of stuff that was in my control. But all in all, we'll come back next season and maybe we'll come with a different mindset on strategies and stuff, and also try to improve the qualifying because holy hell, Justin Michael is like Ryan Newman. Just he comes in every week and he's going to win the pole or be a threat for it. So those extra bonus points add up in these playoffs. So we'll have to see what we can do to improve some qualifying next season. I think I only got 2 poles this year compared to Justin's 8. So that's 6 more points he got on me. So we'll see what we can do.
Well, Jake, is there anything that you want to ask or say to Keaton before we let him roll on out of here?
I'll just say this, buddy. I'd take a damn good shot of whiskey after this one right here because it was. I mean, it's heartbreaker to sit there and watch that right there and win that many races. I mean, you win that many races. I mean, it's still got to be a little bit of a consolation, even though you're not able to finish it with the championship. But I mean, getting the most wins throughout the season still got to be a little bit of a consolation because it's like Dale Jr. says, winning races is the best thing out there, to be honest.
Right. It was a great season. I honestly, I don't regret anything on what I did to lose this championship. I mean, it was a lot of stuff out of my control, and it's still a great season. We got 5 wins, got an all-star win with $100. So I'm not complaining. It was a great season. It was a fun championship battle between me and Justin, Dakota, and Nathan. It was a great season.
Well, Keaton, is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to before we let you go this evening?
Yeah, shout out to all the admins that run this, and James, and hope he's doing well and can be back for next season. Maybe we can battle it out for a championship with him next year or next season in a month or so. And thank you guys putting on all these broadcasts every week. It's always a blast to go back and watch. And thank my teammates, Rylan, Austin, and Andrew. Thank Mom and Dad. They're my biggest supporters on watching these races and cheering me on. Grandma as well. Shout out Grandma Eileen. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Well, we appreciate your time, Keaton. A hell of a season driven, and maybe on a different day would have gone the other way. Congratulations on P2 in the championship. Most wins this season as well. Best of luck for next season, and we hope that you enjoy the break.
Yep, thank you guys.
Thanks so
It was
much.
fun season.
Well, it's great to have you, and we look forward to seeing what you can do in the next season.
Yep. See you guys.
See ya. And finally, after what was a hell of a season driven, it must be said, he comes home with 4 race wins this season, 8 pole positions, and the championship win. It is your champion for this season, Justin Michael. Justin, welcome in. Congratulations. Championship win for yourself after 8 poles, 4 wins now. Great set of points tonight. You took home the stage win, the pole position, as I said, the race win as well. Couldn't have ended it in a better fashion for yourself, and ultimately, you are the champion. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. We really appreciate it. That was a good run. All the Bandit guys really helped out. And really good team there. We appreciate them for everything they do. Using them to save gas and everything I could that last run.
I mean, we saw you working obviously with your teammate Scott Patton to try and help you get to the end of this race as well. What was going through your mind when you noticed the time drop off for Keaton Tripp and the fact that he was running in the 45s, that he went up to the 47s as you were beginning to chase him down in that final run there?
Yeah, I didn't even know it at first, and I look up because he was 10, 12 seconds ahead of me, I think, and all of a sudden I look up and he's like 4 seconds ahead of me. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? And I yelled at Scott. I was like, hey, he's saving gas, like big time. And he'd noticed it too at that point. And then like I noticed that we were like two seconds a lap faster, and like we're gonna catch him here, at any point. And then when we blew past him, I was like, yeah, well, he's done. There's no way. I just kept telling Scott, I just gotta finish. That's all we got to do.
I mean, and all you did was have to finish, but you finished in the best position possible in the race win, and then to knock out your championship as well. We were running through live scenarios. Obviously, the pole position and the leading a lap and then the stage win obviously got you out to 7 points adrift of him. So if he had won, you would have just needed to finish in the top 5. That obviously didn't happen. If he didn't win, then it was only seven positions back from him.
It was 8 points. Because he got a 4x too. He got a penalty point for a 4x.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have. The only reason I know is because him and Scott came together, and Scott got a 4x. Too.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, all right. Well, then, yeah, penalty point as well would have made the difference too. But, obviously, a fairly decent season for yourself. Where do you think, looking back on your season, self-reflecting on it, where do you think you probably first felt that you could win the championship? Or where do you think the momentum swing was for yourself that began the road to this championship for you? Because I think there was obviously a late momentum swing in your favor within this chase, but what about in the regular season? Where do you think that came about that kind of led you to this point?
That's hard to answer because we did finish second, I think, in the regular season, and really we were just kind of making sure we stayed in the top 5 in points. And if we got a win here and there, great, that's awesome. But the main goal with the regular season was to get to the playoffs or in the chase. So I don't know if there was really one particular thing that kicked it off, but I was just trying to keep my nose clean the entire regular season, stay up front. Like I said, I think we finished second in points, so we couldn't really. You only do one spot better. So, and I know Keaton was pretty good all season, so it was hard to pass him.
Well, Jake, is there anything that you want to finish off with before we let Justin go?
Yeah, just out of curiosity, I mean, you get the win here tonight. What's the drink of choice for winning the championship? What is the drink of choice? I've got to know.
Yeah, I don't really drink, so it'll be spring water out of my Yeti.
Boring.
Seriously, come on! You win a damn championship, walk off, win the race, win the championship, and you're not even gonna at least drink. I mean,
he's gonna drink milk like the Indy 500 winner, obviously.
There you go. I'll drink some milk.
Drink some watered down beer for all we care. Come on, you got to drink something. Come on, celebrate, baby. Come on.
We'll
that's
go
funny.
fire some guns off in the air.
There you go. Some
There
Daniel
you go.
defense. That's
That'll
right.
That'll work.
Hey man, congratulations from me. Obviously, you kind of got tagged as my favorite driver early in the season because of the livery. But just congratulations, man. You ran a fantastic season. Super smart racing, man. Numerous times, and Keaton even said it. His strategy failed him several times during the chase and during the regular season as well. And man, I feel like for the most part, that is probably where you won this championship. You were, your strategy was just on point. I'm sure it did, but I can't think of one single time where your strategy failed you. I'm sure it happened, and I'm not remembering. But the fact that I don't think about that is a good sign. So, but yeah, just congratulations, man. You did it the way it was supposed to be done, and thanks for bringing that Daniel defense home and supporting our our amendment and our rights. It's a
Absolutely.
good thing.
Absolutely. And then you know what, now for next season, I will at some point in the regular season, just for you, I'm going to run a special paint. I don't know when, but because I the superstitious one, I'd only change my paint.
Yes, I know you do.
I'll
yes,
do that for you.
I appreciate
But,
that.
But I appreciate all the good words, guys. It's I've been running this league since 2013, and I've been screwed every which way out of a championship in this league, except for ARCA. I won an ARCA championship like a year ago, but that's not a Thursday race. So it's been a long time coming. Like I said, I've been screwed every which way I can think of out of a championship. So I'm glad I could finally get one and put that extra trophy next to my name there in Discord.
That's right. Get the extra trophy. Hey man, congratulations again. Seriously though, what a phenomenal season.
We appreciate it, guys, and thanks everybody out there for watching. And Scott at Patent Paints for painting the truck. James for putting on the league. You guys for calling a great race as always. We love having you guys here, and we'll see you guys at the first race of the next season here in July.
We appreciate your time, and we wish you the best of luck next season, Justin, to see if you can make it back-to-back championships here in the MVRL CNC Home Design Truck Series.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
All right, let's have a quick chat to Heath Smith very quickly. Heath, welcome in. Give us a quick little rundown of your season. Obviously, good run in the regular season. It could only be argued as a horrid run during the chase. What could you have done better to maybe put yourself in the position of those other drivers who won out the championship at the end of this season?
Oh, maybe schedule my vacations around the chase for the season, and do a better job. I didn't put myself in position to really do very well in the points, but I had to miss 1 week for sure just due to vacations and stuff like that with the family. So I didn't do a good job scheduling, I guess you would say.
maybe learning a bit of scheduling and stuff like that. Next season, great calendar coming up, obviously. Are you confident you might be able to make the chase again?
Well, I'm always pretty confident, but you never know. So I will do my best and give it a good shot. There's no IRP or any tracks that I'm okay at, so we'll see how it goes.
Which track are you looking forward to most next season?
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to any road course that we have to run. I do very well on those. Just kidding. Any of the more short track style tracks that we run, and over the last couple of seasons, I've done pretty good on the mile and a half. So, any of those type of tracks, the mile and a halves, and any shorter track, New Hampshire's, Phoenix, any of those kind of tracks, I'll be fine there.
Well, Heath, we appreciate you coming and have a quick chat to us at the end of the season. Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
Oh yeah, for sure. All the Max V admins, James Lehman, he's done an amazing job with this. Got to thank Nathan Carroll for kind of taking on a role was short notice, helping James out with doing a lot of behind the scenes type things, and then of course you guys, uh, Hamish, Jim, you done an amazing job this season doing the broadcast. I've enjoyed watching each and every race back. I get a kick out of you two. Y'all are very entertaining, and the races has been great. We had a great season, especially the last two. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make neither of those, but they went caution free and was great races. So just looking forward to starting off next season on this same path. Maybe we can have less cautions and just have good green flag racing. And uh, looking forward to it. We got to, what we got 3.5 weeks off till we start the season up, and I think it's going to be a good one.
Well, Heath, we appreciate your time. Best of luck next season. We'll see if you're able to get yourself in the chase once again and maybe challenge for the championship as well.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much. And finally, we're going to bring in Justin Ritchie here tonight as well. Justin, I'm going to start this off very quickly. You ran a Dale livery on a Ford. Surely that has to go against any sort of religion around NASCAR.
In the few races I've ran this season, I think you've commented on it every race. So, yeah, it's whenever I don't choose the wrong truck, that's the that's the livery I got. Yeah, I don't know. I just picked a number that was available, and it happened to be 3. And I was like, I have an idea.
Well, Jake, as the resident redneck, what are your thoughts on a Ford housing the Good Wrench number 3 livery of Dale Earnhardt Sr.?
Well, blasphemy, to be honest with you. But no, hey, I mean, you take it, you run with it, man. I mean, I don't know if it'd be, it is what it is. I mean, hell, but it works. I mean, go with it, make it run with it. But
you guys are stuck in the past, man. Look,
he's got me all screwed up. Well, hell, he's got black Goodrich number 3 truck, Jim.
I get that.
Hey, I'm just trying to make it. It's not the Dale livery. It's the Justin livery. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah,
okay, now you did it. Okay, now that was it. Now that's blasphemy. Okay.
That's okay. Yeah,
I'm
that's blasphemy. Just a little bit.
To say that with a straight face, so don't worry.
Yeah, that's blasphemy now for sure.
He's not helping his case here, Jim.
No,
he's not helping his case.
No. Maybe you should have considered the Wrangler livery. At least it wouldn't have been a good wrench livery on a Ford, but. Either way, it did get you talked about a lot. So, they say any press is good press. So, in that sense, you did get some TV time just because of that. So, that's,
Hey, we'll take it.
All right, man. Hey, we just wanted to have a little fun with you real quick. Thanks for stopping in. And we enjoyed poking a little fun this season and looking forward to you running a more sensible livery next season. Pick the Wrangler one or something.
Yeah, I'll think on it for you for sure.
Well, thank you so much, Justin. Best of luck next season, and we'll hopefully be chatting to you on the podium at some point next season as well.
Maybe, we'll see. Cross your fingers.
Well, that'll bring us to an end for not only this broadcast, but this season as well. We appreciate everybody joining us here throughout the season of the last 20 rounds of the MVRL CNC Home Designs Truck Series. A massive thank you, of course, to Jim Cunningham for being alongside me throughout the majority of this season. Wesley Outland for earlier in the season as well when he was with us, and to Jake Reeves too, who's been here with us at the end of this season. Well, shout out to James Lehman, who obviously was a contender early and then moved away fairly swiftly as well. But we also want to thank him for his obviously his service to the United States as part of their armed forces as well, and the sacrifice that he's making for the United States too. Big shout out to obviously all of our stream sponsors, of course, Theory Digital Race Engineer, Track Camps for Gourmets, The Roasted Record as well, based out of Stuart, Florida. You can go visit them in person or use code SIM20 at checkout online. Get yourself some tunes and some brews sent directly to your door. Some artisan coffee, some nice records. You can pretty much fill your day with however you like. Whatever your vibe is, whether it's Melburnian, whether it's Seattle, whether it's Italy, whatever it might be, you can get yourself your perfect brew from The Roasted Record. Thank you to everyone who's joined us. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified whenever we go racing once again here on Motormouth Broadcasting. Next season to come your way, hopefully here on Motormouth Broadcasting. Some details still to be finalised for that one, but round one of that season you can look forward to is going to be Phoenix Raceway, July 16th for 150 laps. We'll be away for a couple of weeks. Thank you all so much for joining us. And until next time, thank you so much for being here with us on Motormouth Broadcasting, where legends are created one corner at a time. And we hope you enjoy the break. Stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.